Good evening, everybody, and welcome. If you've tuned in to see the Osceola Braves take on your River Falls Fighting Fish, you've tuned in to the right location on the interweb. First pitch in about 13 minutes.
It's 6 numbers.
I'll be moving, ladies, so you can have these seats here if you would like. I'm just going to take pictures of the first pitch.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Fish Baseball. We're going to have the umpire meeting here, national anthem, starting lineups. Take it right on into first pitch. Looks like we're going to get underway pretty much on time tonight. Umpires and coaches making their way to the dish. Matt Dornick out there tonight. Said he's got a little bit of a bum shoulder, and he's the player coach manager tonight for the Fighting Fish. Helping the umpires go over ground rules. Then our public address announcer, Gregory Eugene Peters, take us right into the starting lineups and national anthem. Greg's doing it all up here tonight in the booth, spinning the hot stacks of wax, starting lineups, announcements, honorees, first pitches, the whole works, the whole kit and caboodle, Greg. I believe there is an honorary first pitch tonight, isn't there? The 10U River Falls softball team had some recent success. We're going to honor them, and they're going to get the opportunity to do first pitch. And here we go. Gregory Eugene Peters, take it away on the public address.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to First National Bank of River Falls Field for tonight's game between the Osceola Braves and your River Falls Fighting Fish. Tonight, the Fighting Fish would like to welcome the River Falls Youth Girls Softball Program.
Why not?
At this time, the Fish would like to recognize the River Falls 10U softball team. They recently placed second at the state tournament.
Wow. There we go. Nice applause for that. Second place. Here they come.
10U members include Brenna Clifton, Lucy Mannanen, Caitlin Moe, Emily Pankinen, Danielle Pollinger, Reagan Shears, Jasmine Schwans, Ella Visker, Hudson Walker, and coaches are Mel Visker and the Matt Walker.
Hey, I've seen Matt Walker out on this field with his team practicing.
Let her rip, ladies.
And he works them hard, paying off. Here we go. Which one? Find a player. We're going to do first pitch. Throw to the right player. Everything will be okay. See if we can put an eye out here. Give it a 1, 2,
1, 2, 3. Let her rip.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Very nice.
Once again, another round of applause for our 10U girls softball team.
Nice job, Matt, coaching those girls up. 10 youth, being
Ladies
10.
and gentlemen, at this time,
Who'd like to
will
be
you
10
please
again?
stand, remove your hats, and honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
When I was 10 years old, I was playing for National Rivet, Waupun Little League program. Purple. We were maroon. Here we go. Fish Baseball is on the air. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I am Kevin Westhouse. I'll be taking you along tonight. The Osceola Braves have traveled to town to take on your River Falls Fighting Fish in some non-conference midweek, late July baseball action. 80 degrees, 65% relative humidity, winds very light out of the northeast, 2 to 3 miles an hour. Just a gorgeous night for baseball. Glad to have you all along. Should be a dandy tonight. Osceola Braves used to be in the St. Croix Valley Baseball League. Now they're in the Independent League. Very competitive team. We should have a good match up tonight here at First National Bank of River Falls Field. Starting lineups, I'll give you those now. It's the Fighting Fish take the field. Why don't I do the Osceola Braves first? It'll be Brandon Rolfe leading off and playing center field. Brian Oronsky will be the DH and back second. Mark Oronsky will play third and bat third. Nick Carlson will play first base, and he'll be in the 4-hole. Derek Schmidt will play shortstop. He'll bat fifth. Luke Lundgren will bat seventh and do the catching. Matt Schultz will bat eighth and play left field. Tommy Griggins with 2 Gs will play second base and bat eighth, and Aaron Schmidt will bat ninth and play right field. Brett Carlson will be on the mound for the Osceola Braves. For your River Falls Fighting Fish, it will be Brian Giebel leading off and playing shortstop tonight. Kyle Fritz DHing, batting second. Ty Denzer batting third. Mitch Fireeisen.
The center fielder,
let me get back to it in a second. Hold on.
Brandon Rolfe.
There we go. Brandon, let's get going. I'll get to the fish lineup in just a second. We're underway. Pretty quick get-go there. Here we go. Brandon Rolfe is in. And Charlie Griffin on the mound tonight, throwing to his battery mate, Mr. Trevor Gutting. Stone Cold Trevor Gutting. Chopper foul at the plate. Now it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on center fielder Brandon Rolfe. Just underway. Pretty punctual tonight, Greg. Pretty punctual. Charlie Griffin stares in. He's got what he likes, and here he comes. Just misses there now. 2-1. Pretty good location. Just missed. The 2-1 pitch. Hit to short. Gathered. That's going to get through. And a leadoff single for Brandon Rolfe. Just out of the outstretched dive of Brian Giebel at shortstop, in Rolfe with a leadoff single. It will now bring up Mr. Brian Oronsky, the designated hitter.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 18, Brian Oronsky.
Oronsky's in. One out. Runner at first. This way gets by the catcher, and the runner will advance down to second on that wild pitch. So just like that, the Osceola Braves come out and get a leadoff single. A wild pitch, runner advances to second, and there he stands with nobody out for Brian Oronsky. Griffin rocks and delivers. Chopper right side gathered. Go to first and get the out. And they're going to get the out over there. He's out on the exchange. Dropped the ball. But he's out, and the runner will stay at third base. So Rolfe advances to third. On the ground out, back
Next up
to the
for
pitcher.
Braves, the third baseman, number 34, Mark Oronsky.
Now we're going to go to Mark Oronsky. The Oronsky brothers. Mark's playing third base tonight. He'll have a runner at third base now with nobody out. Ball's down. Excuse me, 1 out. Let me get over here and change my outs. Just had a ground out. There we go, 1 out. Steve Manfred is in the house. He's scoring every pitch. Every play. Yep. Thank you, Steve. Welcome aboard. I want to welcome all viewers aboard tonight, whether you're from Osceola, River Falls area. Beautiful night for baseball. I'm glad you're tuned in. We'll bring it to you the best we can tonight. Griffin delivers. So how did the guy reach first base? I looked away, Greg. Oh, they called him safe at first base after that. So holy buckets. So, okay, I'm going to have to do a backtrack then. I had that 1-3 out. Chopper to short. We got to step on second, on to first. got him double play. So I'm going to have to go back. We're going to have to change our scorebook, Steve, because that was a late reversal on a call. But more importantly, let's catch up here. Run scored on the double play. That's 6. That's double play goes 6-3. Double play.
Now batting, number 33, Nick Carlson.
So what happened is, you saw that first baseman dropped the baseball there on Brian Ronsky on the 1-3 putout that I thought I had. The runner was headed back to the dugout, and somehow they said, come back out of the dugout. You're safe because he dropped the ball at first. I thought for sure they had recorded an out there. Everybody in the ballpark thought they recorded an out. And then I'm looking up, and I'm like, who was that on first, Greg? And they said, no, he dropped that ball, and they called him back out onto the base. So he did go back out to first, so that was an error on the first baseman there on Ronsky, but then a double play ball. So we're right back to square one. Wow. Yeah, Brian Ronsky threw an easy ground ball to the pitcher, and he threw it to first, and first baseman kind of backed off the bag, and then the ball kind of popped out of his mitt, and kind of nonchalantly after the fact. Everybody thought, oh, that's an out. And then they called him back out there and said, no, get on first base because he dropped it. And I don't know, there's ball 4 and a 2-out walk to Nick Carlson, the first baseman. So
next up for the Braves, the shortstop, number 11, Derek Schmidt.
Derek Schmidt, the shortstop now, batting in the 5-hole. He'll have a runner over here at first base with 2 in the bucket. Yeah, it was kind of strange, but there are 2 outs. So let me go back and fix my scoreboard here on the double play on the 6-3 double play ground out. There's a called strike 1 to Derek Schmidt, the shortstop. Steve's not counting pitches tonight. Darn. We could always like that one. That's okay. I'm a pretty good guesser. I can get within about 5 on the pitch count, so we're okay. Yeah, kind of a strange start to this ball game. It really didn't matter much because the runner ended up getting doubled off, but a weird twist to it. 2 outs here. We're in the top of frame 1. Osceola has scored first. They're on the board. The ball gets away from Trevor Gunning and on down to second goes Nick Carlson. That's a wild pitch, too, in the dirt. Nice try there by Trevor Gunning. Ball hit about 8 inches in front of the plate. Curveball had some unusual spin on it. Those are tough. There's your runner at second now with 2 in the bucket. RBI chance here for Derek Schmidt. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch. There's one right down Hanson drive. Now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and a runner at second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at second. Huh. Let me know what happens in the Brewers game, Steve. Strike 3 swinging. Charlie Griffin got that one up a bit on the Jugs gun and threw some gas and threw that right past Derek Schmidt for the strikeout.
Fish would like to wish a big-time happy birthday to Jason Schwanz.
Jason Schwanz's
Jason,
birthday
I hope
today.
you're having a heck of a day and having a fun time.
So there you go, Osceola Braves, top of the first. They get 1 run on 1 hit. There is no errors and 1 left after 1/2 inning of play. From First National Bank of River Falls Field, it's the Osceola Braves 1 and your fish coming to bat.
To the press box.
Thanks, Steve. 3-0 Brewers in the top of the 6th. Boy, I watched that Brewers game last night. They had a big 7th inning, and then the absolute roof caved in on Brent Suter. And the Brewers defense, as they let up, I think, what was it, 5? No, they let up 4 more back in the bottom of the 7th, and then they laid an egg in the 8th and end up losing 8-6. Tough one last night for the Brew Crew. Hey, Brian Giebel will be leading off tonight, followed by Kyle Fritz, who will be the DH. Ty Denzer will bat third and play right field. Mitchell Fireeisen back out in center field and batting fourth. Andy Metcalf playing third base, batting fifth. Dylan Penny, first baseman, batting sixth. Jake Lindsay, second base tonight, batting 7th. Trevor Gutting doing the catching, batting 8th. And Josh Idem out in left field and batting 9th. On the mound tonight, Brett Carlson for the Osceola Braves, the big righty. He's about ready, throwing to his battery mate Luke Lundgren. He says, yeah, we're ready. Throw it out.
Pitching for the Braves, number 12, Brett Carlson.
Headed to the dish for the Fighting Fish shortstop, Brian Giebel.
Leading off for the Fish in the bottom of the first, the shortstop, number 24, Brian Giebel.
Hey, welcome aboard, Lucas. Glad to have you. You could use your presence in the lineup tonight, as usual. Here we go, bottom of the first. Pitch to Giebel, nips the corner for strike 1. Boy, you guys got a good look at that at home. Nice time of the night. Little cloud cover. That camera brightens up nice. The 1 strike pitch to Gibbs. That's left upstairs. Tried to throw a curveball. Just didn't pull the shutter there. Now it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Let me get my out squared away. There we go. Giebel fouls that one away with a healthy hack. Now it's 1-2.
As a reminder, fans, please return all foul balls to the Fish dugout. But stop by the press box and receive a free coupon for ice cream and cookies.
Brett Carlson working quickly, and here it comes to Giebel. Hammered to the left side, grounded to short, gathers it onto first. Got him by 5 steps. Nice pickup over there by Derek Schmidt at short.
Creamery and cookies.
And Giebel goes down on a ground out. And there is 1 in the bucket. Now we're going to go to Kyle Fritz.
Next up for the Fish, the designated hitter, number 8. Kyle Fritz.
Kyle Fritz in the designated hitter role tonight. He looks at a strike off the arm of Brett Carlson. Brett Carlson, nothing fancy. Big old right-hander out there, just rearing back and firing strikes. Works ahead 0-1, the pitch. Kyle Fritz, maybe a little tardy on that now, 0-2. That's fouled away over the Lanny's Lodge, out into the street, into the campground. And we'll stick it 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on Kyle Fritz. We've got 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Just away, nice take there. Now 1-2. Ty Denzer waits on deck for the Fish. The 1-2. That's a little tall, and now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 6-3. Are the Brewers up, Steve? 6-3, I'm assuming. Took a little off of that, and Kyle Fritz chases, and there's 2 in the bucket.
Next up for the Fish, the right fielder, number 10, Ty Denzer.
Got to bring up Ty Denzer to the dish now. With 2 in the bucket, free swinging with 2 down. That's always kind of fun, right? Try to square one up here and drive one deep. Nips the corner, strike 1. Pretty good command tonight early on by Brett Carlson. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Brett Carlson waits in no time either. Must be quarter night again down at Emma's. Got to get down there. Working quickly. Jam sandwich fouled away at the plate. And we'll do it again. Just kind of headed over there to the Osceola dugout. Off the plate. Now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. Oh, yeah, okay. That's hit to the right side, and that is through. for a 2-out single by Ty Denzer. Hits it right between the first and second baseman.
Now batting.
And he's in.
The center fielder, number 9, Mitchell Fireeye.
Hey, that'll bring up Mitchell Fireeisen now with 2 in the bucket. Runner at first base. See if we can get a little 2-out rally going here. Runner goes. Popped up. Right fielder can't see it. Now he's calling for it, and he's got it out there near the foul line in right field and makes the catch. I put his arms up like he couldn't see it, but I think he was saying, I got it, and he reels it in. So Fireeisen flies out to right to end it for the Fish here in the bottom of frame 1.
Ladies and
They
gentlemen,
get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left.
Softball
After 1 in the
youth
books.
trivia.
1-0 Osceola.
If you know the correct answer, come up to the press box in the window here and let me know, and I'll give you a free ice cream and cookies from Mimi's Creamery and Cookies. Which 14U youth softball player has hit 2 home runs over the fence? They were bombs in a national tourney. Was it A, Lily Burke, B, Jordan Schwanz, C, Jordan, or C, Melissa Wilson?
Steve, we could use you down here. I did see a couple of masks tonight.
C was Jordan Torres.
I'm looking in there out in the crowd now. I don't see a lot, but I did
Lily
see
Burke,
some walking
B,
in.
Jordan Schwanz, C, Jordan Torres, or D, Melissa Wilson?
Andre, you guys gotta run up there if you know.
6, 7, 8 due up to,
Now batting,
for Osceola.
the catcher, number 7, Luke Lundgren.
Luke Lundgren, the catcher, is in. Here we go, top of frame 2. And Griffin delivers. That's hit towards center field. Center fielder cruising over and makes the catch. Mitchell Fireeisen all over that like a pack of dogs on a 3-legged cat. No problem at all.
Next up for the Braves, the left fielder, number 8, Matt Schultz.
So after that fly out to center, we go to Matt Schultz. Softly hit, right back to the pitcher. Charlie Griffin grabs it and throws out Matt Schultz. 1-3 if you're scoring along at home, and they're quickly 2 down. That'll bring up Tommy Griggins.
The second baseman, number 23, Tommy Griggins.
Tommy Griggins, that's a pretty good name, Greg. That's solid. That's solid. Tommy Griggins. The Griggins kid. He looks at a strike. It's 0-1. Charlie Griffin produces 2 quick outs here in the top of frame 2. Griffin stares in. He works quickly, and here he comes. 59-footer. Skips in there and go to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's 2 outs. We're in the top of frame 2. 1-0. Osceola Braves over your River Falls Fighting Fish. Griffin rocks and delivers. Nice pitch there. Come inside, and Jugs Gun had that one at 84. Popping the leather. Nice crisp fastball on the inside corner. It's 1-2. Griffin rocks, and here it comes. Fouled straight back, and that shut my microphone off. So I'll have to go down there and reset that. That's kind of funny. It just missed it by about a foot and shut her right down. But hey, we'll go fix that. The 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. Tries to throw a back ankle type breaker there and come up in his kitchen. Got nothing. It's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Griffin to Gutting. That's high, and now the count works full. Should Tommy Griggins reach, Aaron Schmidt, the right fielder, waits on deck for Osceola. Going to have a special guest up here in an inning or two. Joel Schaefer is going to make his way up to the booth. Fly ball, right field, fairly deep. Right fielder going back, and he's got it. Nice catch out there in right field by Ty Denzer. He's fielded his position well all year.
Ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer to the trivia question last inning was A. Lily Burke. Hit 2 bombs.
So Griggins flies out to right.
Good job, Lily.
And that did it for the Braves here in the top of frame 2. They go send 3 to the plate, 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. Inning and a half in the books here from First National Bank at River Falls Field. It's Osceola 1, River Falls nothing. I'm going to go down and see if I can fix my mic. Yeah. Greg Peters says, hello, Steve. Steve said he misses it, Greg. He's jonesing. He's jonesing. It's a nice night at the ballpark.
Leading off the bottom of the second for the pitch, the third baseman, number 25, Andy Metcalf.
Andy Metcalf is in and looks at a strike. Yeah, that foul ball popped that on-field mic right off, and Metcalf rips one into right. Get down ball, and right at the right fielder. It's battling the sun. I tell you what, you can see right there in that shot, it is bright light out there.
The first baseman, number 15, Dylan Penny.
So Metcalf lines out to right, and I always say, if the sun had teeth, that was right into the teeth of the sun. Looks at a fastball, letter high, called strike 1. Yeah, that was well hit. Right fielder really battled, but boy, tough night right now for the first baseman and right fielder. So, you know, being a visiting team, usually they really struggle with those because you haven't prepped for that. But he battled, and then made the catch. And there's 1 out. Swings through that. Strike 2. 1-2. Yeah, those kids are down there. They're wondering if we could hear them. Two and two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dylan Penny trying to get it done here. Playing first base tonight. See if he can knock one in a gap somewhere. The pitch. Tell you what, Brett Carlson broke off an old Uncle Charlie right there, and Dylan Penny says, whew, that was a pretty good pitch. And strikeout looking, 2 down. Now we go to Jake
Now batting,
Lindsay.
the second baseman, number 16, Jake Lindsay.
2 in the bucket. We're going to Lindsay. Lindsay, a little flare down the right field line, foul, and out of play. Kind of a cue shot there. The pitch. That's hit well into left center. Get down, ball. Yes, get all the way to the wall. Lindsay digs into second, and he has himself a stand-up double. Hit that off the Podhacek General Contracting sign, 715-410-5020. Podhacek's General Contracting. Off the bat of Jake Lindsay with a 2-out double. Nice job by Lindsay there, squaring that up. Now we go to Trevor Gutting. T-Gut. See if you can get her done. Stone Cold Trevor Gutting. Hits that one well to center field. Center fielder, though, he's got a beat on it and makes the catch. Didn't have to move too much on that. Gutting squared it up nice, but right at the center fielder for the Osceola Braves, Brandon Rolfe, who reels it in
Ladies and
for
gentlemen,
out number 3.
for River Falls Youth Softball Trivia, this is a tough one. What is Audra Aderman's dog's name? Is it A, Miley, B, Prince, C, Rainey, D, both Miley and Rainey?
So we're going to the top of the third, fish in the bottom of the second inning. They get no runs on one hit. A nice double off the bat of Jake Lindsay, and he was stranded. No runs on one hit, no errors, and one left. 2 in the books. Still 1-0 Osceola.
The correct answer was D, both Miley and Rainey.
I'll show you the crowd tonight. Nice little crowd gathering. Steve, now you can assess for yourself to tell me how many masks you see down there without me belaboring the point. Matt Walker. Nice little crowd, though, gathering here on a beautiful Wednesday night. Charlie Griffin is ready. And we're going 9-1-2 for the Osceola Braves. Aaron Schmidt, then back to the top of the order. Brandon Rolfe and Brian Runsky. This is Aaron Schmidt.
Leading off for the Braves, in the top of the third, the right fielder, number 1, Aaron Schmidt.
One ball and no strikes to right fielder Aaron Schmidt. It's a little jam sandwich right at the second baseman. Jake Lindsay just hit himself a nice double. Catches that one letter high, chest high. Kind of a hit that one off the grip tape.
The center fielder, number 20, Brandon Rolfe.
That'll bring up Brandon Rolfe now after the grip tape jam sandwich line out to the second baseman. We go to Rolfe. Brandon Rolfe singled and scored back in the first. Ground ball right side off the glove of the first baseman, and probably scored that an error. Off the tip of the glove of Dylan Penny. Thought he might have a play. Charlie Griffin was hustling to get over there to cover the bag, and that's going to carry him on in towards the right field area. And
Now
Brandon Rolfe
designated
reaches
hitter,
via an E3.
number 18, Brian Ronsky.
Now we're going to Brian Ronsky. We got to get over here and change my outs. We got an out. We're at the top of the third, and we're at Ronsky. Looks at a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's your runner at first. Brandon Rolfe, second time he's been on tonight. Like I said, he singled and scored in the first. Ronsky, he grounded out back. Well, then he reached on an error. He grounded to the pitcher. We thought it was an out. And they called him back out of the dugout and said, no, you're safe, because the first baseman dropped the ball. And then he was retired on a double play. But so Brian Ronsky's been on as well after his ground out to the pitcher. Reached on an error last time up. Inside. 2-0. Just missed there. There's your runner at first. That's Brandon Rolfe. Charlie Griffin set. And here it comes. Hit to short, and that's through. Base hit. Solid single for Brian Runsky. You could hear that at home. The crack of the bat squared that up nice, and Brian Giebel had no chance at short. That just hammered into center field. And now there's 2 on with 1 out.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 34, Mark Ronsky.
It'll bring up Mark Ronsky now, the third baseman. Mark grounded out to short. He grounded out into a double play last time up. Ball gets away from the catcher and on down to third alertly. goes Brandon Rolfe. So Rolfe down to third on a wild pitch. Third one tonight. And there he stands. Runners now at the corners for Osceola. They're in a bit of business with just one in the bucket. And Mark Ronsky looks at another ball, 2-0. There's your Braves. They're standing on the corners. We got Brian Ronsky here on the near side and Brandon Rolfe all the way across over there at third. And a good chance here for three-hole hitter Mark Ronsky. Looks at a ball, now 3-0. Hey, Jackson Larson is tuning in tonight, Greg. Greg Peters says hello, Jackson, and we say hello as well. Glad to have you aboard. He said he just got back from Afghanistan a few days ago. He's currently in Texas and will be home on the 12th of August. Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you here around the ballpark again, Jackson. Thanks for tuning in. Beautiful night here in River
Now
Falls.
batting,
Eager to have you back.
third baseman number 33, Nick Carlson.
After the walk, we go to Nick Carlson. Bases are juiced for Osceola. And Charlie Griffin rears back for a little extra right there and pours in a strike on four-hole hitter Nick Carlson. Nick, he walked his first time up. Good chance for him here with bases loaded and one out. The pitch. Chopper right side. Gathered, coming home with it. Got him at home. Nice play there by Penny over there at first. Dylan Penny had a little bit of trouble with that. Then he fires a strike to catcher Trevor Gutting and gets the force play at home. So Nick Carlson will reach
Next
on a
up for the
fielder's
Braves,
choice, and the out
shortstop,
goes
number 11,
3-2.
Derek Schmidt.
They get Rolfe at home on a 3-2 out. So now there are two in the bucket. And Fish looking to get out of this inning. Nice play over there by Dylan Penny at first base. Get the out. Just misses there, ball one. Base is still loaded, still full of Braves here now with two outs. We're at Derek Schmidt. Derek struck out swinging his first time up tonight. No place to put Derek Schmidt, and he was ahead in the count 2-0. Tough to hit the off switch here at 2-0 when the base is loaded. You know he's got to come. The 2-0. That's just high as well, now 3-0. No place to put him here. Probably take one for sure. Well, Jackson, we're glad to have you aboard. 3-0. The pitch. There's one. Derek Schmidt said, I'm heading down to first, and the umpire said, no, you're not. That's a high strike, 3-1. 3 balls and a strike. How about a comebacker here or something good? The pitch. Lost him. And here comes the run in. Brian Ronsky will plate. Everybody moves around after that bases loaded walk. And another run for
Next up for the
Osceola.
Braves, the catcher, number 7, Luke Lundgren.
Now we're going to Luke Lundgren, the catcher. And he's got a chance here, too, with the bases loaded of Osceola Braves. With 2 down, Griffin trying to put a lid on this thing. Hammered foul and out of play down the right field line and scattered them down there, and everybody's okay. Griffin, he likes to work from the windup, and here it comes. Took a little off of that, misses, it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Osceola has plated a run here this inning. The 1-1 pitch. That's just a little high. Now 2-1. Hey, we're looking forward to having Joel Schaefer join us up in the booth here. Maybe about the 4th inning, he said he'd come up, so here to talk to the wily veteran. The 2-1. Now it's 3-1. Again, no place to put him. No place to put him. Throw a strike here, Charlie. The pitch. Little tailing fastball there. Now the count works full. Runners will be off to the races here. First base coach says hold till he throws. Here they go. The pitch. Got him swinging. Charlie Griffin takes a deep breath there. And so do the Fighting Fish. Really limit the damage. High fives all the way around.
What 12U player has a nickname that rhymes with bow, toe, and low?
The Osceola Braves do play to run. They get 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 3 left. Now there's 2.5 in the books. It's Osceola 2, Fish nothing. Yeah, nice crowd gathering tonight. You get a look at that for a Wednesday night here in River Falls. Concession stand is now open. Not a lot of live competitive sports going on. You got something like this in town, and why don't you head on down to the ballpark, huh? Hey, looking ahead to the Fighting Fish, bottom of the third to be 9-1-2. Item, Giebel, and Fritz is who I have on my bingo card and due up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer to the trivia question is what 12U player's nickname rhymes with bow, toe, and low? You guessed it, it's Mo, Morgan Kibble.
Bob Burrows is in the house with a long lens tonight. Looks like Brett Carlson is ready. Take his last warm-up pitch and fire her down. Making his way to the plate,
Leading
Josh
off for the
Item.
pitch in the bottom of the third inning. The left fielder, number 7, Josh Item.
Item brought his fan club tonight. Good to see, and here we go. Flowing up. Short right. Center fielder calls and makes the play out there in short right center field. Good hustle out there by center fielder Brandon Rolfe to make the
Now
play.
batting, the shortstop, number 24, Brian Giebel.
So after Item flies out to center for the first out, we go back to the top of the order to Brian Giebel. And Giebel looks at a strike. The 0-1. That's flowing. Hit hard to right. Get over his head out there in right field. And nope. Hit a little bit towards the end of the bat, I believe. And right fielder Aaron Schmidt runs it down, jogs it down, I guess, and makes the play out in medium right field for the second out of the inning. Second fly
Now
out
batting,
back to back.
the designated hitter, number 8, Kyle Fritz.
Now we're going to Kyle Fritz with 2 in the bucket. Looks at a strike on the outside corner, and he's down 0-1. Quickly, 2 out, 2 flyouts. Fly out to center, fly out to right, and Kyle Fritz trying to keep this thing going. He struck out his first time up and looks at a ball inside there. Now it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. That's a strike, now 1-2. Brett Carlson digs a little deeper into the mitt and delivers right back to him. That's going to be up and through for a 2-out single by Kyle Fritz. Right back into your living room. And Fritz is on with 2 in the bucket. Now we're going to go to Ty
After the
Denzer.
single by Fritz, it's time for the right fielder, number 10, Ty Denzer.
Denzer's in. Fritz is on. Let's see if we can get a little 2-out rally going here. To call one to get over the monster out there and right. That'd be kind of fun. Flowing up. That doesn't have the distance at all. Shortstop calling and makes the play right out there behind second base in short center field. And that will do it for the Fish here in the bottom of frame 3. They get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. After 3 in the books now from First National Bank at River Falls Field, it's still the Osceola Braves 2 and the River Falls Fighting Fish nothing. Denzer flies out to short. And that was it. So we're going top of the 4th. 7, 8, and 9 due up for Osceola. Matt Schultz, Tommy Griggins, and Aaron Schmidt. Why don't you throw a headset on there, Mr. Schaefer? You put that one on. I'm not sure if you got 2 or 3, so why don't you put it on and we'll see what we got going on. Can you say something there?
How we doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Great.
Can you hear yourself good?
I can. I'm
hear.
very loud.
Okay, then you're right here on number 3, so you can turn yourself down if you'd
Leading
like
off
to.
for the Braves,
Perfect.
And I don't know how your
In
hearing
the
is.
top
I got to
of the fourth
crank mine way up.
left fielder number
There
8,
you go.
You good?
Matt Schultz.
Joel, I promised the audience you'd come up and join us tonight.
Well, I'm glad I could live up to that promise.
The wily veteran is in the booth with us.
Wiley, that's one way to put it.
Matt Schultz, he looks at a ball. Matt, he grounded out back to the pitcher first time up. So how you doing tonight, Joel?
Doing well, thank you. How are you?
I am good. So I have to get something straight right out of the chute. I was calling you 44 years old, and I heard you're 43 years old. Are you on the verge of 44? What's going on?
Well, I'm a summer baby, so I am 44.
44
so,
now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I
Okay.
turned 44 in June. They all start to run together now.
Right? you know. Here's the indicator when you know you're getting up there. When someone asks you how old you are, and you always lie by a year or two. And it's just the weirdest thing because there's no need for it, but you'll catch yourself doing that like once or twice a year. And like, why did I tell the guy I was 43 when I'm really 44?
I don't think it's a lie. I think it's you just I can't remember anymore.
And age is just a number anyway.
It is,
right?
but it's a whole lot of them.
Yeah.
It's a lot of numbers.
So the Osceola team, pretty good-looking team.
Yeah, they look pretty young, except for the two Huronskis.
Yeah.
I played with those guys back in the mid-'90s in Eau Claire, so I think they're even older than me, which makes them pretty much ready for pension and Social Security.
So how's your body holding up at 44? How you're still playing this young man's game?
You know, playing a few times a week, a little bit more than we have in the past. It takes a little bit of a toll on it, but you bounce back. Not as quickly as before, but
Right.
you do bounce back.
Right.
Some good exercise.
Leadoff walk for Matt Schultz. Now we go to the 8-hole, and Tommy Griggins. Tommy flew out to right his first time up. I put Tommy Griggins on the honorable mention all names team.
Now batting.
Tommy Griggins. That's pretty
Second
solid,
baseman.
isn't it?
Tommy Griggins is it's a classic.
It's a kind of a classic. That looks good on the back of a jersey. Griggins with 2 G's?
Absolutely.
You bet. So Griggins is in with nobody out. Runner at first for Osceola.
There goes the runner.
Runner goes.
Get him, Gut.
Throw down and
Nice.
Got him.
away.
Got him right there. Nice throw. Stone cold Trevor Gutting.
Man.
Throws a strike down to Giebel, applies a tag, and gets Matt Schultz on a CS. Caught stealing for the first out of the inning.
Tag fitness, tag you're it.
Geez, right there, we throw up a commercial. Still send him a bill for that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, Trevor Gutting is in it. I just saw he celebrated his first year of tag fitness, and he's working hard, and he's looking good.
He is. Yep.
And, tag you're it right there. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's inside. Charlie Griffin rears back for a little bit extra there. Jug's Gun had that one at 84. Just misses, though. Now it's 2 balls and a strike.
I was off. I thought about 85.
Yeah, see?
Yep.
Yeah, right there, though.
Yep.
Griffin rocks, and here it comes. That's off the plate now,
Well.
3-1. So how many? 4 kids at home, Joe?
4 kids, yep. 8, 7, 5, and 3.
So how are they managing with your time away on these 3-4 hour adventures?
They're starting to be able to come with.
Yeah,
so
that's nice.
They fight for who gets to be in the truck with me on the way there. So it makes it all worthwhile.
second walk of the innings. Tommy Griggan reaches via the free pass. He's on down to first, and there's one down.
Now batting.
See if we can
The
get
right
Gut to throw
fielder,
another one
number
out here.
one.
Yeah.
Aaron Schmidt.
There'll be a little gun shy now, though. They saw his cannon. He was hiding
absolutely.
it. You know, they're like, hey, I don't think we're going anywhere in this guy. This guy's on the tag fitness system. So I know the groupers have been trying hard for about 5 years now to recruit you. So when are you going to cross over into across that rainbow bridge over to grouper land?
Well, it's funny you say that because I think I'm getting too old to play for the groupers. I think that's the problem.
Just
I think,
go right into retirement. huh?
Yeah. I think they, by the time I get done with this, and I'll be so washed up that they'll say there's nothing left. Why don't you go play with the 80 and over team?
Wasn't it fun to still be able to play this game? I mean, isn't it? It's got to feel good.
It does. The competitive nature of getting to play with these kids. I say kids, they're
Yeah, right.
Well,
they could be your kids, some of them.
I think they're also a little. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, when I was explaining to them Brent Blagan for Hudson, I said, yeah, we played together, coaches All-State in 1994, and one of the kids looked at me and said, I was born in 2000.
Yeah.
And I said, well, yeah, that's. So I
it's-
could be your parent. Actually,
Oh, yeah, it's funny. The whole reference thing, too. You start making movie references and song references, and they don't even know what you're talking about. Television show references.
Yeah.
It happens at work quite a bit, and they always get the old cross eyes.
Yeah.
I think I did that the other night in that meeting when you were there. I made some movie reference, and no one knew what I was talking
Oh,
about.
I laughed
Right?
really hard. I realized that I was your age.
Right?
So, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, I think I've really got Giebel and an item left. I think Gut's been an avid movie watcher over the years, so I still have a couple guys that still get my references.
Sure.
But I was amazed that there are kids who haven't seen Bull Durham.
I mean, come on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time flies.
Ooh.
Yeah, that hit him. I'm just going to say it. Charlie Griffin is all over the joint tonight.
He is.
He was. I think that was his fifth wild pitch
Fifth
now.
wild pitch.
Yep. And
He's got a good live arm.
he's got a good live arm.
Yep.
He's almost effectively wild. He's held the Braves to 2.
I can tell you that sometimes that is the hardest to hit when
Yes.
it's behind your back, in the other batter's box, and then right at the knees outside.
And then he paints the corner.
You got to jump out of the way, and then you got to swing at one right on the edge.
Right.
So
There's your runner at third base for Osceola with one in the bucket. And we're at the 9 spot in the order. Little chopper right side. Oh, now we got this guy in a rundown here. Third. Nice throw, but no one's.
he's going two.
No one's.
Nobody's
covering
at two.
second.
Shoot.
Look like the Chicago Cubs right there with no one covering a base.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty good throw over there by Dylan Penny from first base. I think the coach maneuver there is run at him, right? Freeze him up. Just go on a dead sprint right at him, coach.
I would say right at him, but more than that, you've got him going back to the bag. Make sure you get the out.
Yeah.
It's a 2-0 game. You got him going back to third. He's stuck there. Unless you got him dead to rights, you don't. You don't throw that across the infield. You take whatever out you're given.
Get an out.
Get an out. Prevent a run.
I couldn't really see how far he was down the line. The one thing they say is get him back to the base he came from. So he did that.
Yep.
But then if you just sprint right at him, you can make that runner freeze. You don't know what to do.
Yep. Yeah, he had him going back full bore, and
just
just
get him.
couldn't get him. So.
So then the runner on that at first he reached, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he's.
Where's he at? He must be talking to someone in the dugout.
I think he's over at third base.
So how do we score that? Steve Manfred. So here, Steve's online and he's scoring every play. Steve. So here's what happened: ground ball to first base. He tried to get the runner at third, which he did not get the runner at third, and then the runner reaches. So that's just a fielder's choice, Steve. That's not an infield single. That's just a fielder's choice.
Fielder's choice. Yep.
Yeah, I'm Steve Manfred. He scores every pitch here on every play online. So
I like it.
Yeah. So now when I need clarification, I go to Steve, and then he just lets me know. So
that's a good resource to have.
That's really good.
Official score.
Oh, and he's pitch counts usually and all that.
Man.
So now it's runners at the corners with one out. We're back at the top of the order.
Actually, second and third, not the corners.
Okay, so he went all the way to second. Right, he went all the way to second because nobody was covering second when I made the Chicago Cubs reference.
All right.
I made that reference because if you watch the first Brewers game of the year, the Brewers had a similar situation. They had runners and pickles, and everybody was safe.
Everybody was safe.
So here we go. Brandon Rolfe. Brandon has reached twice tonight. He singled and scored in the first and reached on an error last inning. So good chance for him now with one out and runners at second and third. Charlie Griffin in the Fish trying to put a lid on this thing right now.
Actually, we
New-
got
new pitcher?
New pitcher. Yep, we got
Yeah,
Penny.
snuck in. Oh, Dylan Penny?
Dylan Penny. Yep.
Dylan Penny snuck in on us.
Tyler Penny.
Tyler Penny.
Yep.
Tyler snuck in on us as we were chatting away.
Big 0.
So Tyler Penny is now in. Tyler Penny in the Fish trying to put a lid on this thing.
Another good live arm. Really nice breaking ball.
Well, he came in and the coach said throw strikes. He says, I can do that. And he's ahead 0-2 now on leadoff batter Brandon Rolfe with one out. Just
Good pitch off the plate.
Real nice there. I mean, as a batter, you kind of look cross-eyed at that and go, I don't know, that's going to be close, and then you hold your breath.
That's right. Now you'd come back inside with that fastball. Got him looking away, just
Yes,
like
he did.
that.
Tried-
Oof.
Come up in the kitchen there, just inside. Now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's one out. Do you just come up with a high gas here?
I think you.
Or nibble
I think
on
you
this?
come back. I think you come back inside, or you go outside on that outside corner.
They tried to get him with some gas, a little soft grounder to first. They'll take the play at first base.
Second out.
And
I'll
for
tell
the
you what,
second out
that's
of the inning.
that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, run scores on that, but that's probably maybe what should have happened early on. Matt Walker, come on in. I'm going to get all the old-timers in here.
Now batting.
Geez, now we got Matt Walker and Joel Schaefer. I just want to turn it over to you guys to have a little conversation about what's going on. So you guys are the same age, both 44?
He just looks older than me, but he's actually, I think, a year younger.
43.
I only talk to Joel on the mound.
Matt Walker has now joined us in the booth. I have Joel Schaefer and Matt Walker. I mean, we're talking just like years and years of experience and stories up here now.
Was the battery combined age more than the infield combined age
I think
the other
so.
night?
I think that
so.
had to be. I don't think Giebel was in there. I think he's the only way that they could put him over the top
I
because we were
agree.
87 combined.
Holy
so,
Christ.
Yeah.
That's not great.
No, it's not.
Or it is great.
It is. I think that the issue with batters seeing your pitches was all the Ben Gay between the two of us. Every time you threw the ball, I could whip it off you. Every time I caught it, it came off me.
I'm not saying there was a lot of age on the field. Usually I can smell the concession stand. All I can smell is Ben Gay wafting up into the booth. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next morning was worse.
so how was it? Was it throbbing the next morning? What'd you have going on there?
Not even a word for it. I was hurting. I really hurt more. My lower half hurt more than my arm.
Yeah, you don't realize all the muscles using when you're pitching until the next day, and you go, oh, my God, why is that calf so sore? That's hammered in the left and right at
There we go.
third baseman Andy Metcalf. He's
Tell you
all
what.
over that
Yeah,
like a
that third
pack of
baseman
dogs.
looked like he's had great off-season training program right there.
He does. He's got double barrel hair out the back right there.
The double dual exhaust
Dual
coming out
exhaust.
dual exhaust coming out the back. You know, I'd like to say if that hair was poetry, that would be absolute flowetry.
I got too many guys on my team with long hair.
I'll tell you what. The morning after you pitched, Matt, you texted me at what was it, about 11 o'clock?
Yep.
Asked if I was out of bed yet.
Yeah.
And I said, I've been out for at least 15 minutes. So
He beat me.
I beat him by 15 minutes.
Boy, they got that answer quick.
Oh, goodness.
Melissa
That was a
Wilson
good
is
time, though.
21 years old. Have
Lot
a
of
good
fun.
night, Melissa.
A lot of fun.
It was a blast.
So you guys, playing for the River Falls Fighting Fish, you played many years and had a lot of success stories around River Falls. And you're coaching the River Falls football team. What's it like to play sports in River Falls for either of you guys? I mean, is this a pretty cool area, or you wish you were somebody else, or you're just relishing what's going on?
I'll tell you, it is incredible. Like I try to tell my family and friends back in Indiana what it's like. I said, it's amazing. Like, I'll be walking down Main Street and a kid will come up to you asking for an autograph, and it's for the Fish, not for coaching football here. I've signed more autographs for playing for the Fish than coaching football. Maybe you need to win a few more games here.
I was going to mention that
Yeah,
the winning percentage.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
I tell you, I grew up in Eau Claire as well, and we had the Cavaliers. Were pretty big back then, and that was a lot of fun. But there was a whole group of people in the town who really didn't know there were a lot of sports going on. Here, everybody knows. Great place to play. Had great success with some great athletes. So
Yeah, in the
really
venue.
is
I mean,
fun.
the venue. You're playing at basically a minor league baseball complex.
Incredible.
Absolutely.
You know?
And I think like a lot of credit goes to Josh the way he does this and has done it for so long. If people don't know, like I did this exact thing with a town ball team in my hometown back in Indiana, exactly what Josh does, played and ran it, and he's made me realize how bad of a job I did at kind of running that thing the way he does this one.
Now we put all this together. You got this field and this complex and all this. It looks simple. That's just a compliment to the people that get this going.
Absolutely.
In the Josh Items of the world.
The River Falls Baseball Council.
Greg Peters.
Oh, yeah.
It's like so many memories that we drive by here, and like my daughter remembers, and you were probably there when this was dirt out building the outfield walls.
Oh, yeah.
with our
I've
hands.
got
And
pictures, yep.
She'll never forget. You know, these young guys don't know the old fish players. We built the field.
That's hit into left. Get down, ball.
Nah.
Nope, that hung up there just a little bit too much off the bat of Mitchell Fire Eyes. And left fielder Matt Schultz ranges over near the line and gets Mitchell on a line out to left for the first out of the inning. So with Fire Eyes and gone, now we go to Andy Metcalf. He lined out to right his first time up.
I'll tell you what, Metcalf's been hitting the ball hard. He hit it back his first at bat. He had 2 home runs against Ellsworth. He has seen it well.
Yeah, he is. And he was struggling before. He told me about it. It's good to see him get it turned around. He's about as good of a kid as you've ever been around.
I've heard that
yeah.
from several people. Just as down-to-earth, good human being.
If they were all like him, the football job would be easy. He's an incredible dude.
Mm-hmm. He's got a nice baseball swing, too, doesn't he?
He does. He was a good player in high school. I mean, recruiting for football, we talked a lot of baseball along the way.
Andy Metcalf facing Brett Carlson, who rocks and delivers. That's hit back.
You know, Matt, it's
towards
a
us.
shame that
It's 1-2.
UW River Falls doesn't have a baseball team.
Let's talk a little bit about that. So how bad of a rub is that with you and the baseball people around River Falls that can't happen or is not happening?
I'm not going to be in the conversation. I got bosses and administrators.
Right. Hit to short.
Well,
that's
as
through.
a
Base hit for
as a UWRF baseball
Andy
alumni from my senior year, I can say that you know, it is a shame. It'd be nice to see that come back. I know Eau Claire's bringing it back next year. A lot of talent up this way, a lot of fun, and I know it drove me in college to be better. So it'd be nice if there was anything we could do to get that back.
I'm going to be careful what I say.
Yeah.
I was a college head baseball coach for 10 years, and what I could tell you is recruiting to this facility would be some kind of deal now. You could sell it, man, and it's a baseball town.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I also know how hard it is and all the things it would take to get it done, and I understand it.
That's flowing up. Shortstop is on it, and I wasn't sure where that was. That got above the lights here on the twilight. I couldn't really see it, but the shortstop says, I see it well, and he retires Dylan Penny for the second out of the inning on a fly to short. 2 down. Now we're going to go to Jake Lindsay. Jake Lindsay squared one up nice his first time up. He hit a nice double right in the gap.
This is like at minor league hockey games. Whoever gets scratched goes to do the color.
I like it. Why not?
I had an old roommate from college who said he used to get in fights just to get a hot dog.
Well, I'm glad you guys are up here. Again, I'm with Matt Walker and Joel Schaefer. A little softly
there.
hit
Come on,
to the
get
left
there.
side. You got to hustle that out.
there.
That's going to be a tough play. Got him by 2 steps.
You guys are going to get me in trouble. My wife went to the car. I said I was just coming to say goodbye to Joel. She's ready to go.
She knows better than that.
Yeah, I know.
She knows better than that.
The Fish in the bottom of inning 4. They get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. 4 in the books here from First National Bank at River Falls Field. Still Osceola 2, River Falls nothing. We're going to the 5th.
I'm out.
All right,
I
buddy.
tell you what, Matt Walker, thanks for coming up here tonight and joining us up
Thank
in the
you.
booth.
Awesome.
It's always good. You're welcome anytime.
Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Matt. It's a love fest over here. I'm going to get a little misty-eyed. So, no, let's talk a little bit about this complex. So, I mean, a lot of these young kids will have no idea, how great they have it. The old folks always say that, and people are rolling their eyes. But this is one heck of a facility. It's state-of-the-art.
It really is. But at the same time, you can look back and say, well, these kids didn't know how hard it was before. And, but it also, I think, lends itself to driving kids to want to play here.
Right.
You know, the competition from youth on up, it's always a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, like I said before, in Eau Claire, having that Carson Park is another beautiful venue to play in. You always wanted to get that opportunity to go in and play at that field. I hope and I think that that's going to be the same thing for a lot of these kids, to drive them a little bit more, just to get to have that opportunity to play here.
Mm-hmm. No bad hops.
No, I'll tell you, it gets a little bit harder though when you're playing on some of the grass infields of the rest of the league.
I bet. You're like, what was that? Like Plinko.
Plinko is right. Yeah. You lay a bunt down third baseline in Ellsworth, and it looks like Plinko, left to right to back to forward.
So is this still Tyler Penny on the mound?
It is.
Came in last inning in relief of Charlie Griffin, did a nice job shutting down Osceola. They had an idea of some rally, and Tyler Penny says, I don't think so.
Yeah, scoreboard shows what walks do, doesn't it? 3 runs on 2 hits.
That's right.
Yeah.
3, 4, and 5 due up. Go ahead.
Need to be a little more effective than wild, right?
It's right, yeah.
If you're going to be wild and
he,
effective.
He was right on the fence there, but just a little more wild than effective.
Leading off for the Braves, the third baseman, number 34, Mark Ronsky.
Mark Ronsky, he's put together. He's a solid dude, isn't he?
Yeah. He and I played together in the mid-'90s.
So is he your age?
Yep. Yeah, he's my age. We played in Eau Claire together for a few years. I was reminiscing with his brother, who's coaching third base, that we'd get in over 100 games a summer back then.
That's Brian Ronsky. The pitch. Ooh, threw that right past him. That Jugs gun had that one at 86. Yep. He'd reared back for a little extra on that.
Yeah, there we go.
Little old Uncle Charlie pays a visit, and now it's 1-2.
Tough to hold up on that.
The 1-2 pitch, here it comes. That's flowing up into short center. Coming in is center fielder Fireeisen and makes the catch and
Mitch
retires.
was right on that one.
Makes the catch and retires Ronsky on a fly to center for out number 1. Now we're going to Nick Carlson.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 33, Nick Carlson.
Nick Carlson is in, and Tyler Penny is rocking and rolling. Here we go. So how is it sitting up here? I mean, you're used to playing every day and you take a little break on a non-league game. Is it tough?
It's a nice view.
Little breeze coming in the window.
Yeah. If you would have asked me 10 years ago, I would have said, I don't need an iced tea up here. But,
right.
A nice iced tea and some lemonade, and this is starting to look better and better.
Yep, Steve, you're right. The Braves do have 3. Up here chatting away. And
That away. It's a nice pitch. I'll tell you, I'm excited for the tournament. It's been kind of a funky year, but having the league tournament here and playing all of our games at
Now batting,
First
the
National
shortstop,
Park Field
number
here,
11,
I think it's going to be an exciting time. I'm excited for everybody to come out and be a part of it.
hey, Riley Zydak says, hey, Joe, why are you up in the booth?
Injured reserve. Just old. Just old.
give some of these kids a chance on a non-conference game. And
Absolutely.
Jackson Larson was tuned in tonight too. Just got back from Afghanistan. He's in Texas. And,
Fantastic.
yep.
Another class act. Another great kid. I'll tell you, that's the other thing about River Falls is the kids that play here. Just fantastic.
Lucas Lutke's tuned in as well.
Is he?
Oh yeah. He just called you old. He said, "Oh, he's old."
Well, he isn't wrong. I mean, it's tough to argue that one.
1 ball and 2 strikes now.
However, he is probably icing his back right now, so he shouldn't talk.
So where's Lucas? Do you know where Lucas is?
Is he in Stevens Point?
Is he in some school stuff tonight?
I think so.
Him and Trey?
That might be it.
I believe that's the case. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. There's 2 outs. Derek Schmidt, I got to go here and change my house. I got a lot going on, and I got a conversation to keep up along with a lot of other housekeeping. Whew!
Buy him. Wow.
Says, come hit this. How about some old number 1? And
High gas.
high gas throws that right by Derek Schmidt, and pretty effective right there for Tyler Penny. That's a fresh arm.
That is. Yeah, that is fun to see.
3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors. 2 strikeouts for Tyler Penny. Braves go quietly in the top of the 5th. Now after 4.5, it's still 3-0 Osceola.
Just a beautiful night out here, isn't it?
It's for the end of July, and 2020's kind of sucked as a year, but just these nights out here at the ballpark have been absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
I think that's why you're getting such nice crowds. Again, a Wednesday night, a real nice crowd, but what else are you going to do? You get sick of sitting at home.
Yeah, everybody's been at home for a few months, too.
Right.
You know, you get out and get to see people. And
some live sports and see your neighbors and friends, and concession stand is now open. And no, this has always just been a great family event for the community to come on out and just hang out and have a chit-chat with the neighbors and watch some baseball and enjoy a nice summer night. And that's happening again tonight.
Mm-hmm. It sure is.
Riley Zydok, he says that you're starting to just sit back and play the dad role.
Is that? Yeah, that's actually not too far off. It's that was my nickname. It still is my nickname is Dad. So,
well, you'd be a good dad. So
better than Grandpa.
Right.
Exactly. I hope I just didn't start something.
No, right?
Yeah.
No, nothing. But that comes quick too.
Leading off for the Fighting Fish in the bottom of the 5th inning, the catcher, number 21, Trevor Gooding.
Let's see how tricky Gut can get here. Line a single or bunt for a base hit.
Trevor Gutting flew out to center his first time up tonight. Stone cold Trevor Gutting. T-Gut looks at a strike off the arm of Brett Carlson. Carlson's been pretty effective. He's scattered just 4 hits. No runs. The 0-1. That's at the knees. P is at the knees there. Now it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Fish looking to scratch one across here in the middle frames. No sale.
Good stop there.
Best time of the night for this camera shot right here.
Absolutely.
It cleared. The sun went down. It's early, and the sun's in it. It's a little blurry, but yeah, you can kind of see what's going on. You can even see the signs now.
Yeah. That's
hammered in the left. Stay fair ball. That is foul. Out near the best made cookie batting cages.
Yeah, if there's one weakness on this field, it's playing first base at about 7:30, and that's when the sun is coming down and really gets in your eyes. But
how about that line out to right? That right fielder made a great play right in the sun earlier in the game. Who was that on? That was on Andy Metcalf, I think, lined one out.
Yeah.
And he battled that. Usually those visiting teams come here and they don't make that play.
They don't. And he fell down, got back up and caught it.
That's a tough play. I always say if the sun had teeth, he'd hit that right into the teeth of the sun. That is hammered into center field. That struck well, but he is not moving. Center fielder did not have to move a step on that, and T-Gut does not get rewarded at all for lining that out to center field. There's 1 down.
That's one where you feel good about how you hit it and really bad about where you put it.
Isn't that the truth? We'll go to Josh Idem, manager Josh Idem. He's in the low 40s, isn't he?
I don't think he's 40 yet.
Still working the 30s.
Yeah. He's one of those guys that's just been around forever.
We talked a little about him earlier. He's had a big hand in building this whole thing. So
absolutely.
Goes unnoticed, but he's had a lot of, speaking of sore backs, he's got a lot of back work into this thing. Grounder to the right side. Second baseman gathers it out there near the dirt and grass area and throws out Idem for out number 2 on a 4-3 ground out, 2 in the bucket. We're going back to the top of the order now to fan favorite Brian Giebel.
Shortstop number 24, Brian Giebel.
Speaking of good human beings, another
Absolutely.
one right here. And Brian Giebel, 2 down. Oh, that hit him.
Got him.
Oh, right. That thumped.
I'll tell you a story about Brian. I went home and told my son. I said, Cade, let's go hit. I'll teach you. And he said, well, can't Brian Giebel come over and teach me? So,
Designated hitter number 8.
yeah, nothing like getting razzed by your son.
Right, get upstaged by your shortstop.
Yeah. Earlier this season, Cade would stand behind the visitors' dugout and ask, "Why can't you hit?" So,
Dad, what's
Dad,
wrong?
Come on.
Why can't those kids will remember that for a long time, too. Yeah. Spending time and watching Dad at the ballpark, and that's awesome. That one nips the corner and in there.
It's funny to watch Kyle Fritz come up and look at the batting order. I don't think he's ever batted number 2.
Fritzy is 1 for 2 tonight. Singled his last time up. I'm not sure Brian Giebel's going anywhere, but they're keeping a close eye on him. Pretty nice lead, 4-step lead. The pitch to Fritzy. Little jam sandwich fouled up over the top, and now it's 0-2. Boy, Brett Carlson's done a nice job tonight working ahead of the Fish batters.
Mm-hmm. Get ahead, stay ahead, right?
I guess. Makes it tougher if you're a batter. Carlson stares in. There's 2 down here in the bottom of the 9th. Now he backs off, and he wants a fresh set of signs from his battery mate, Luke Lundgren. They're all squared away now and ready to go. Says, how about this one? Set. And here it comes.
Tell you what, as a defensive player, too, when your pitcher's working fast and staying around the zone, it keeps you in the game. It's working slow and wild that throws you off.
Mm-hmm. The 1-2 pitch. Nope, they're going to check the runner first. And he's back in very easily, Joel. And as I like to say, pack a lunch. The 1-2, the runner goes.
Giebel.
And got a nice jump, and boy, that's just a solid stolen base there by the wily veteran. Brian Giebel with a head-first slide into second base. Stolen base for Giebel.
That's one of the things this year that I love with this team is more stolen bases, more attempts, more small ball, a lot more bunts than we've done in the past. Really working to get those runs across.
Now he's there with 2 outs, getting a good spot. Hit up.
Get down there.
Little grip tape shot to right, and right fielder cruises over and makes the catch. Does right fielder Aaron Schmidt. Reels that in.
All right,
and Kyle Fritz has been retired F9, and that will do it for the Fish here in inning number 5. They do get a 1 runner with a hit by pitch. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. 5 in the books. Still 3-0 Osceola.
Cheryl Schwans and David Hasselhoff. B. Mel Fisker and Matt Walker. Or C. Paul Aderman and Pamela Anderson.
So let's talk a little bit about the tournament coming up. You guys are hosting the St. Croix State Tournament.
It's the St. Croix Valley League
Tournament. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. This year they decided to go to a different format, obviously with the COVID concerns and starting late. So in the past we'd get set into 4 regionals, and the top 2 teams out of each regional would go to the state finals. And this year, one of the things they decided to do was have league tournaments, and then just 2 delegates, 2 of the league team winners from each league would then play in the finals in Spooner.
And that'll start mid to late next week here from First National Bank of River Falls Field. And for fans at home, you can spread this around. But Josh Idem has talked me into. We're going to broadcast all 15 games.
All 15 games.
They'll be online. So I'm going to do the Fish games. And Fish players are going to come up here. I'm going to train them on this. Good luck. I'm going to sit at home and just laugh and watch that.
Oh my gosh, I'm watching you and going, I don't even know. No, your hands are on everything.
There's a lot going on. Is all I can say. Anyway,
you're like a magician.
It's kind of like, you see someone play guitar and you're like, oh, that looks pretty easy. And then they hand it to you.
Yeah. I'm waiting for you to pull a rabbit out of a hat here.
It's a line drive into left center, and that's a base hit for Luke Lundgren to lead off here in the top of inning 6. So this shot here, I added that a couple of years ago, and that's kind of a nice little angle. Watch the pickoff play, and
it is.
Across the field.
Number 3, Tyler Ingram.
How many cameras we got out here?
I got 7 going on.
Man.
We try to get it covered. So we got a new pinch batter. What was his name, Greg? Tyler Ingram pinch hitting for Matt Schultz. Tyler Ingram. Okay, I'm writing that down, and I better get to back to that camera and go
Pick
here.
off play there.
Okay, I got that right there. So then we get, we can get the walk-up shot there when the guy comes to the plate. Then we got that shot there. And we go back to the pitch shot there. Considering we have nobody running any cameras, I mean, out in there's no one zooming or moving. It's just, I do move this one here. So this one here, and that one doesn't show up there, but that is over here playing live right now, and we'll go back to that. That's just another thing. Turn this off. It's flashing at me saying it's getting darker. Change your filter, so we'll do that. What do we got? 1 ball, 1 strike on Tyler Ingram in for Schultz.
Ooh, close play. Now I know why you're so thin.
I don't know, not that thin, but I'm working on it.
Man, you're all over the place.
There's a lot. You can do it. It's doable, but you got to pay attention. This is a little shot into right. Get out. Oh, that's a little duck snort. Little grip tape duck snort into right.
Just put it where they ain't.
Wow. Nothing fancy. That'll look like a line drive in the book tomorrow morning, Joel.
It will.
But 2 on now, back-to-back singles for Osceola. They got runners at first and second, nobody out. And they're going to the 8th spot in the order to Tommy Griggins.
Looks like a bunt here, I'd assume.
I have a shot for that, too, right there. So we're going to put that up there so you can see if this does develop into a bunt. Check him at second. This is a really good angle to watch that bunt develop. We'll just leave it there, assuming that he's probably going to lay one down. So the Fish defensively here, this is tough defensively, too, because you have to have a play set up.
You do.
Is your third baseman going to stay back or charge? You got the wheel plan or not? He's not going to bunt.
He's not. Oh.
And no bunt necessary as wild pitch. Ball
Same
goes
as a bunt right there.
back to the screen, and all runners move up. So that kind of solves the Braves' dilemma of bunt or not bunt, as wild pitch sends them to second and third now with nobody out. Tommy Griggins. Tommy has flown out to right, and he's walked and scored. Tyler Ingram now is in. Sorry. So Tyler Ingram is in for Tommy Griggins.
Go.
Well, this is Tyler Ingram. Okay. So is he batting for Griggins? Okay. Tyler Ingram for Griggins. Matt Schultz is on second. That is hammered down the left field line and into the Best Made Cookie batting cages. You like Best Made cookies?
Oh, I love them. Yeah, if you can't tell, I mean, look at me.
Best Made Cookie, you get that bag of 6.
Yeah.
That's a tough thing because you're like, you get into it for 3.5, and then you're on to 4, and then you kind of stare into the bag and go, why not?
Well, I don't want to get up and put these away. Yeah.
And then about a half hour later, you find yourself like passed out in a sugar coma on the couch, drooling on yourself. Yeah. The empty bag.
Now you're just explaining every night at my house. Every night. I used to run into that with rice checks. I don't know why, but I would eat rice checks, and I could never match the amount of milk to the rice checks. And
I have a
before I knew it, I was through a box of rice checks and 3/4 gallon of milk.
Strikeout there for Tyler Ingram. Nice job by Penny. I have a commercial for Best Made. They don't even know it. So here's my tag commercial. It would be a tagline for a commercial. Best Made cookies are so good. When you take a bite of one, you're already thinking about the next one.
That actually described them perfectly too.
Right.
That is a problem.
Franklin Cruz now pinch hitting. Thank you. Franklin Cruz is in.
We got one down.
One down. Yeah, right. I mean, you take a bite of one, and you're kind of thinking about that next one. You take a peek into the bag, right? No, they're good. And Best Made Cookie is adding square footage and workers, and I think other people have got the same idea. That's high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Best Made Cookies, so good. You take a bite of one, and you're thinking about the next one. I think I need to go there with that.
I think you do. If nothing else, you should get a couple cookies for that.
Right. I mean, what the heck? Whoo! Watch your liver right
Up
there.
and in.
Whew. 2 balls and a strike now on Franklin Cruz, who's pinch hitting for Aaron Schmidt. We're at the 9th spot in the order. Runners at second and third, and there's 1 out. I got to go over here and put the 1 out down. top of the 6th. I'm up here with Big Joel Schaefer, the Wiley veteran, up here kind enough to spend some time together in the booth. Swings through that, does cruise. It's now 2-2. So, Joe, what do you do in your waking hours when you're not at the ballpark?
Well, still changing a lot of diapers.
Uh-huh.
A little of this, little of that. My wife keeps me pretty busy.
Does she?
We've got this year
Got 'em.
the project was chickens and ducks.
Oh, jeez.
So, and a big garden. So she's definitely got that rolling.
Oh, that's good. 2 down now, back-to-back strikeouts off the arm of Tyler Penny, who's found his way after the 2 back-to-back singles. Now there's 2 outs and looking to get out of this thing. That'd be a pretty big...
Wood second.
as we speak, and he just hammers one
All right, Mitchell, come
into
on up
right
firing.
center. And plates 2 on the clutch. 2-out single off the bat of Brandon Rolfe, who absolutely squared that up and just hammered that into center field for a 2 RBI, 2-out single for Brandon Rolfe.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 18, Brian Rotsky.
And just like that, 5-0. I mean, hits are big, but those 2-out RBI style ones are where it's at.
Makes a huge difference, doesn't it?
It does.
Going in down 3 versus down 5.
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure how many pitches Brett Carlson's thrown, but I'm guessing 70-ish, probably.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
He's effective. He's getting fish out here.
Grounder
There we
left
go.
side. Metcalf gathers onto second and got him. Nice
So
job,
that's it,
Andy
yeah.
Metcalf, to retire Osceola here in inning number 6. That goes 5-4 if you're scoring along at home on the ground out. But the big 2-out single by Brandon Rolfe to plate 2 here in the top of the 6th. The Braves get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. 5.5 in the books. Now Osceola 5, Fish nothing. So we're going bottom of the 6th. So do you usually get the family over to the ballpark, Twins games and stuff, when you have a chance when they're playing?
Oddly enough, playing here is pretty much all the baseball my family gets to see.
Right.
Yeah, it's Dad gets out here enough, and my oldest boy is now old enough to at times sit in the dugout without asking 552 questions. So
Right.
he gets to do that a little bit, and my youngest son and 2 daughters are always on the playground or around playing with their friends. So as far as going to Twins games, they really haven't been to a major league park yet. But to them, this is kind of the major leagues, and all.
They wouldn't know the difference.
They
to be honest. Actually, they'd want to go run around.
Exactly. Yep.
You're going to make them sit there for 9 innings. Good Lord.
The most boring thing they've ever done.
I don't ever want to come back. I want to go.
Can we go to a fish game, Dad?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I think the most torture was in the beginning of the year. My wife stayed home for the first couple of games, and I'd have kids and batting bags sitting next to the door and saying, "Can I go? Can I go? Can I please go?" I won't get near anybody. But
Steve Manfred says, speaking of the Twins, they're leading St. Louis 3-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Brewers are in the bottom of the 8th. They lead 3-0 as well over the Pirates. So
speaking of the Brewers, J.P. Fireeisen.
Yes.
Oh, what couldn't have happened to a better kid?
So, former Fish player, right?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
now pitching in a Major League Baseball game. So, and I have to ask this, and I haven't really asked anybody because I haven't had time. So, now, JP, he's not been pitching the last few days. Is he injured at all? Does he have something going on?
Not that I know of.
Just hasn't got to him in the right spot yet.
Yeah, he got that 1 inning in the 9th opening day.
Yeah, eighth inning.
I'm sorry.
Against
Yeah.
Cubs, and then they could have used him last night in the 7th. Brent Sutter walked 4. And then they had the air, and it was ugly.
Tell you what, talk about a dream for a kid.
Oh my goodness!
Getting to throw your first major league pitch at Wrigley Field. Oh.
Yeah, I thought about the butterflies he must have had walking out there, facing Anthony Rizzo, wherever he was there. Right?
Absolutely.
Good Lord.
But all I could see and bet was that classic JP smile.
Flown to left and out number one, and Ty Denzer's retired on that fly out to left field. Yeah, so go ahead, explain that.
Just a great kid, and so much fun to catch years back with the fish. Every time you looked out there, he was having so much fun. He always just had that big smile on his face.
He's got the smile, doesn't he? He's
He does.
a happy kid. Speaking of good human beings, the whole JP and the whole Fire Rising family, his dad and grandpa, what they've contributed to this ballpark is, you talk about things that go unnoticed.
Yeah.
They're out here every day.
Every day, hard-working people,
just
kind, amazing.
Yeah.
Couldn't say enough great things about them.
A little jam sandwich hit to left again. Left fielder coming in and falls down, but makes the catch out there in left field.
Trying to make that one look easy, isn't he?
He's looking for ESPN highlight reel, I think. He had a pretty easy fly ball. Thought he'd do a little tuck and roll and then reel it in. And second fly out to left, back to back. That was off the bat of Mitchell Fire Rising. 2 down now, and we'll go to Andy Metcalf. Andy Metcalf is in. 2 down. Metcalf tonight, he's lined out to right and singled, 1 for 2. Brett Carlson rocking and rolling. Doesn't waste much time, does he?
He doesn't.
Pitching like he's pitching like it's quarter night at Emma's. He needs to get 2 balls and no strikes.
I can tell you, playing against teams like Prescott in the last 2 years, I don't even think we turn the lights on when we start about 7:30 and play them. It's fun to see. Quick games, guys throwing strikes. Fun to play behind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had mentioned that Metcalf gets the 2-out walk, and on down to first goes Andy Metcalf. Second time he has reached base tonight. And we're going to go to Dylan Penny.
All right, come on, Dylan.
But you're talking about that a little bit earlier about pitcher speed and throwing strikes. Defensively, though, it just is better when you're on your balls of your feet and the guy's throwing strikes and the ball's in play.
Absolutely.
It's easier to play defensively.
Yeah, you don't get on your heels and you don't.
Yeah, it rattles up here against our on-field mic.
Sounded like a freight train coming.
See, I got the mic on there and the net down there. So
gotcha.
Get ready to capture a little bit of the game action, game sound. So this is no dollar show up here.
No, this is not. This is high tech, high class.
For town ball, we just kind of have fun with it.
I'm shocked you don't have a chair with a bunch of buttons and everything, and you just grippers and.
Well, it's kind of like I can't even sit down because I got to be reaching up here to zoom on this one, and then I got to get over here, and then.
And I'm just sitting here like a lump.
You're perfect. You're in a perfect spot. We're so glad to have you up here and sharing your pearls up here tonight. I'm with Joel Schaefer. He's been with us tonight up here in the booth, color commentating and letting us know what's going on with the Fighting Fish and his life and his baseball world. Talk to us about some of your favorite memories here with the Fish.
Well, I think you go back to 2011 and the state tournament. We didn't have a field to play at like this. We played at the high school, but had a loyal fan base that's still here. Again, you go back to some hard playing, class act guys that we got to play with that year and every year.
Mm-hmm.
But winning that meant so much, personally for me. I came over that year from Hudson, so I spent 10 years in Hudson, and this is my 10th season in River Falls. Newly married, had a baby on the way, and you throw that in with a state tournament finals and
long throw
and a win.
Got him. That's a pretty nice play over there by
really
third
nice
baseman Mark Ronsky over there at third base. He had to go deep in the hole behind the bag and threw out the fairly speedy Dylan Penny by a step.
Didn't look 45 there, did he?
And the Fish are done here in the 6th inning. They get no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left. 6 in the books now from First National Bank of River Falls Field. And still Osceola 5, Fish nothing. I just want to say Steve Manford asking a couple questions. He said, the scoreboard has been behaving itself up there. Hasn't been flashing or acting weird yet. And he said Pittsburgh only has 1 infield hit so far tonight.
That's it?
That's it. So he said the pitching choices have been good for the Brewers tonight. So, a championship is always a good memory.
Absolutely. I think the thing you take away after, I think this is my 26th season of amateur baseball, I think one of the things you take away is all the people that you got to play with over the years. I figured it out the other night that if some of these kids get to play as long as I have. I'll be past retirement. I'll actually be on Social Security and fully retired by the time they're done playing. And, that's the greatest gift, I think, to get to play is, all the things that, all the games in this league, all the tremendously talented, tremendously successful young men that I've had the pleasure of sharing a field with over the years. And I'll tell you, of all the guys that I play with, they're always successful in whatever they choose to do, whether that be teachers, parents, in their careers and jobs. Anybody who plays for a long time seems to be incredibly successful. I think it's just the staying with it and understanding can fail. I
could get into a whole seminar on why I support youth athletics. I mean, I just think kids who play sports have a jump start on life.
Absolutely.
And I always said when I coached my son growing up and whatnot, and I always had the parents meeting, I said, this season will be a mini run on life in a controlled environment called 12-year-old baseball. We're going to learn how to be responsible. We're going to learn how to win, how to lose, how to better yourself, discipline, all of life's skills, team play, teamwork, all of it. A little bunt popped up, fielded, on to first, and safe, and now it's going to be cruising on down to second base. But, yeah, all of life skills are wrapped up in a thing called sport.
Absolutely.
In a controlled environment, right, where you can learn and you can grow and you can have tears, but you can pick yourself up and you can know what hard work does and all of that. And anybody who's not supporting athletics, I think, is missing that whole piece of the puzzle that teaches you how to be that good human being.
Absolutely.
To be a good father, a good mother, a good husband, a good wife, a good worker, a good whatever. Well, it's all the skill set.
It's that teammate thing, right? Baseball, and I'm not saying
Softly
just baseball,
hit,
but
front of the plate, give me another tough play on to first.
Got him. The majority of those team sports, when you start to think about it, what are they looking for in the workforce? Is people who can work together, people who can unite for that common goal, and that's the best thing about it. It takes 9 players, sometimes 10, with a DH to win a baseball game. And yet, as an individual, you get to contribute. So it's pretty fantastic.
Derek Schmidt showing, but I gave a base hit in that first one to Mark Ronsky.
I would say,
that was going to be a tough play. So now Ronsky's at second, and that was hit solidly into right center field. That's going to get down, and that is going to score a run. Here he comes into home, and safe. That is a solid single by Derek Schmidt there. I believe that's who that was. And Schmidt singles and plates Ronsky, and Osceola adds another one. That was a solid single there.
Yeah, he got that.
Not a lot of balls that have been squared up off of Tyler Penny tonight, but that one was. Nothing cheap about that. I think we're going to Luke Lundgren now, unless it's a pinch hitter.
Oof.
Gets away. And runner on down to second. I'll probably give that one a pass ball, huh?
I would agree.
Pass ball, runner to second.
May have gotten crossed up there a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. He's out talking to Tyler, and he goes, that was a 2 and you threw a 1?
Got to start coloring those fingernails so you can see him at dusk here.
There's one out. We're in the top of the 7th. Scoreboard's correct. 6-0 Osceola. They're in the middle of the order. That time, Tyler Penny reached back for a little bit extra and threw it right past him.
Yeah, it's interesting to have Osceola out of our league. I think it's the second year now. But they were always a tremendous team to be playing against. You could get beaten by them any day.
Riley Zydok's been giving you a hard time, but there he says, hey, Shafe, you've been a great role model to all of us. So.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. It's been fun.
It's another aspect of these live broadcasts to get to interact with the fans. They just chime in.
Unbelievable. Go.
Swinging third strike, throw on down to first. Nice job, T-Gut. And we'll retire the batter.
2 away.
Swinging third strike, drop third strike. K. And then it goes, 2, 3? 2 down.
The left fielder, number 8, Matt Schultz.
Bring up Matt Schultz now with 2 in the bucket. I wonder. So last inning we had, Matt Schultz is in. So Matt Schultz now has a chance with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. And Tyler Penny just misses there, 1 ball and no strikes. Can you even imagine going and having to play back at the high school right now?
I can't. I really can't. Now I can say, yes, we are spoiled with this.
I mean, you look at this. On a Wednesday night, you come down here, you got 250 fans in the house, and hit to center field. Center fielder calling. Who's out in center?
Can he see it? No, he can't see
he
it.
Can't see it. And the ball's down. Palms up out there.
Nobody touched it.
Nobody touched it, so the ball's down. It's like a sun ball or light ball. Steve Manfred and I had a lot of arguments about sun balls, whether it's a hit or an air. That was a light ball where he lost it in the lights, never touched it. I don't know if you can give that an error.
No.
You think that's a base hit?
I think it's a base hit.
Okay, and
we'll see what Steve says.
Is that still fire rising out there?
Tyler Ingram.
You're not.
It looks. My old eyes are.
I know. Maybe
tough to see.
So we're going to give it a base hit. Another run for Osceola. Run scores. Now we're at Tyler England, I believe, who was pinch hitting last time. Steve, what's your opinion on that? They're hits. Steve said they're hits. I like it.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did. 0-2 now. Tyler came in for Tommy Griggins, and he struck out swinging his last time up. 2 in the bucket here with a runner at first.
Let's see if we can get him here, Penny.
7-0 Osceola.
Mess around, go right at him.
Rears back, just misses there. Now it's 1-2. We're at the 8th spot in the order. Osceola's plated 2 more this inning. They lead 7-0 now. Check the runner at first, back in safely.
Right there,
There's
Hadaway.
one. And he
Get us
knew
out of
it.
the inning.
Everybody knew it there. Tip your hat, and Tyler Ingla goes down for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Osceola Braves played 2 more. They get 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors and 1 left. 6.5 in the books. It's now Osceola 7, Fish nothing.
So how many games do you think you're going to do over the tournament?
I'm going to do the Fish games.
Okay.
And then I'm going to train you guys in to try to run this spaceship
Oh, boy.
on the rest of the games.
Oh,
I think
boy.
I told Josh I'm just going to minimize it to 2 cameras, I think.
I think that's a good idea.
So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to give you this shot. So I think what we'll do for the game is we'll do this. We'll do this shot, and okay, it'll be this shot here, and that shot there. So it'll be the pitch, and then we'll just put it in play, and we'll watch. If it's that side or that side.
Perfect.
So we'll just do that. So it'll be 1 or 2. I mean, if you want to get fancy, you can go there, and then you can start doing, the walk up. You can do that shot. You can go that side of the infield.
Well, what you do with one person, I think it's going to take 4 or 5 of us to have one guy on the cameras. And
yeah, so I'll train you. I'll train somebody in. If you can just keep it simple and just go do that. I mean, because you're here about 70% of the time. You're here anyway.
Sure.
A ball gets in play, and if you're describing it, you can still see that pretty good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when people start getting comfortable and you start getting cocky, and then you can do like that, right? You get the walk up, and
You've got it all.
So there we go. All right, here we go. Bottom of the 7th, 7, 8, 9. Lindsey Gutting item. This is who I have on my bingo card.
Now batting.
The zone opened up a little bit.
Yeah.
Down 7-0.
Dinner plans, huh? Jake Lindsey with a nice double early in the game. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Final Brewers 3, Pirates nothing. JP did not pitch. Josh Hader closed the door. Can you imagine JP sitting in the clubhouse there with Hader in the bullpen, and tough play at third, let her go, foul. So that shot right there gives folks a really good look at that.
It really does.
What that just happened there. So this is what they're watching at home. So let's just see how that looks. So this is a little bit of a delay. So we're going to, on this pitch here, we're just going to watch, see what happened on that foul ball, see if I got it.
Oh, that's You
Oh,
nailed
yeah.
it.
Yeah, we got that.
Oh,
so.
boy. Here comes
Didn't
one
he-
of my children.
Oh, there we go. Why don't you put him on the booth. Put him on a headset on one
Lily,
of
would
your
you
kids.
like to get on here? Okay.
So who do we have on?
We
right now?
have Lily Ann.
Why don't you interview your daughter, Lillian, and see, Lillian, where'd you get the baseball? How far did you have to run for that, Lillian? Did you go in the parking lot for that, or did it roll up by your feet, or you have to fight some kids off for it, or what?
I don't know.
You don't know?
How'd you get it?
Did you?
Wendy gave it to me.
Wendy gave it to you. Okay, so you didn't have to fight at all. Uh-huh. And what did you get here for that ball? You got your dad a free cookie or scoop of ice cream?
Mine.
No way.
Fly out
No
to
way.
first
You
base.
Kids don't need that sugar.
After they
Yes.
fly out to first base, we go to Trevor Gutting.
Fine.
So how old are you? Oh, that's a nice hit to short.
Oh, a hard hit ball.
Gathered
Get
on to
there.
first. Got him. Trevor Gutting hits the ball hard again. Maybe a little bit in the trademark. Maybe a cracked bat. And 2 down after the ground out to short.
So this is our oldest. She is 8.
Yeah.
8 years old. So that means third grade, second grade?
Third.
Third
Now
grade.
pitch hitting
Third
for the
grade.
fish.
Are you excited to get
Number
back
6,
to school?
Weston
Yeah.
Lombard.
You think it's going to happen?
It is.
What school do you go to?
Greenwood.
All right.
Principal Nate Sherman.
Oh, yeah. So my daughter, do you know Mrs. Hayes?
Yeah.
That's my daughter.
It is.
It is. Did you have Mrs. Hayes for a teacher or not? No, but you know who she is? Yeah, that's my daughter. Mrs.
Wow.
Hayes, second grade.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
Cade have her next year?
Mrs. Clark.
Clark.
Oh,
Yes,
Mrs. Clark. So,
Yeah.
yeah, Kayla's. So,
You can tell what mom's job is and
Yeah.
keeping these straight. Nice pitch.
Nice pitch there. Who's batting now? It's for Item. This is someone pinch hitting for Item.
Is this Weston?
Weston Lombard. Check
Ooh.
swing. And now he's got to go. Get up on your
Get
horse.
there, you got it.
And he's got it. Swinging third strike, and Lombard reaches to the approval of the home crowd.
And there you go. The crowd loves it.
Anyway,
I saw that.
Hmm?
I saw that.
No, you guys need to go catch more foul balls, okay? All right. Say hi and goodbye to everybody.
Hi, goodbye.
glad to have you.
Now pitch hitting number
All right, hey.
23,
Hey,
Matt Bacon.
love you.
Yeah, they're the joy of the world, aren't they?
They are. Don't know what I did without them.
Right.
All right, Matty Bakes. He's got, looks like he's got 2 parachutes going.
She does have a couple parachutes. So Matty Bacon pinch hitting for Giebel. Matt Bacon, the Baconator. 1 on,
Oh, there we go.
2 outs. And I'm down to second. Boy, a lot going on. I kind of fell behind. There's 2 outs. And now we're at Matt Bacon. Top of the order. And Bacon pinch hitting for Giebel with 2 in the bucket. Weston Lombard reached on a swinging third strike that got away from the catcher. He's on second now. Let's see if Matt can drive him in and get the fish off the schneid. Steve Mensch said no on the cookie because players are not eligible. That's hit to short, hit well, gathered, on to first,
There we go.
Dug
That's what
out.
we needed.
and the
A little
runner-
spark here.
Little spark. That's an error on the throw, and Matt Bacon reaches on an E6 thrown in the dirt, and that'll put runners at the corners for the fish for. It'll be Tyler Penny.
Looks like the pitcher parade here.
Yeah. So Kyle Fritz is a DH, but now Tyler Penny is just going to hit in the DH spot.
Gotcha.
Good chance for Tyler here. Just low-hanging fruit on help your cause. Ooh,
You don't want to get in his head. I mean, but
no,
3-run home run makes it a ball game again, right?
it does. Brett Carlson still popping the leather. Ball inside. You hit a 7-run home run right here.
That would be nice.
Ooh. Hey,
Same
still,
spot.
and still rearing back, and has got a little bit of something on that, and works ahead of Penny 0-2. Runners at the corners. There's 2 in the bucket. Brett Carlson, he's set, and here he comes. He says, "How about some old number 1?" And That's 1-2. I thought there was 2 strikes, didn't you?
Yeah, the first one they called a ball.
Ball.
Looked pretty good.
Oh, yeah, yes. So now it's 1-2.
Looks like we're going to climb the ladder a little bit here. Right down the middle.
And he didn't really change it up too much here, did he? Just a couple 4
Ladies and gentlemen,
fastballs.
some River Falls Youth Softball
And got
trivia
Tyler
once
Penny
again.
swinging for the 3rd strike. Fish threatened a bit. They get runners at the corners on a
Softball
wild
player Caitlin Moe has
pitch on a
favorite
3rd strike
song.
and an
It's
error,
A
but
Thunderstruck.
can't produce anything. No runs, no hits, 1 error and 2 left. 7 now in the books from First National Bank at River Falls Field. It's Osceola 7, Fish nothing. Top of the 8th we go. Bill Withers, he passed away this year, I believe.
Aw.
Bill Withers.
What a great song.
It is a pretty good song.
So what's the best baseball song you've ever heard out on a baseball field?
Best baseball song I've heard on a field. Gosh. You know, I was trying to think. You know, when I played high school ball and down in Waupun, I don't even know if they had music. I don't think they did.
Yeah.
Really. I don't even think, you know.
You back a Camaro up and
Right.
open up the windows,
you
right?
could
Yeah.
do that. You know what I remember from Legion games down in Waupun is they had the beer tent right behind home plate, and one of the big Legion guys, his name was Moose Cole.
Moose Call.
Moose Cole, and you could always hear Moose Cole. We'd joke about this often.
The answer
Give me
would
another
be
Blatz.
Lean on me.
I'll take another Blatz.
Blatz it is.
Moose Cole would always another Blatz.
Yeah.
So I don't think I have a favorite. You know, as a hockey player, and AC/DC Thunderstruck.
Thunderstruck,
That's
sure.
probably coming on the ice. That would get you a little jacked up.
Yeah, and how many years ago? That's got to be 25 years.
80s, mid-80s.
Mid-80s? Oh,
Mid-80s. Mid-80s. Waupun, they had a pretty good powerhouse for baseball down there. Still do. They've got a couple more state champions at the high school level
Sure.
this year. And we made it to state my senior year. Legion, we lost the state championship game to Kimberly
Kimberly.
Now pitching for the Fish. Number 60.
back in the day.
Jake Lindsay.
So Jake Lindsay
Moving from
Now
second
batting
base
number
to pitcher.
13.
Jake
Franklin
Lindsay on the
Cruz.
bump. So Jake Lindsay is on the bump here in the top of the 8th. He'll be facing Franklin Cruz. Take me on a sea cruise. Struck out swinging his first time up. He's in for Aaron Schmidt. That's flowing up to the right side and headed towards the seats. Nice run over there by
Metcalf.
Metcalf, but he's going to run out of real estate, and that's about 9 rows back down the right field line.
And I'll tell you what, I love to see hustle on a baseball field.
Like that,
That
right?
is fantastic.
He ran that right up to the fence like he was
Yeah.
going to catch it. He wanted to climb that fence.
I'd hate to be the fence. He's a big boy.
So Steve Manfred with a little bit of a fun baseball fact here. He says, oh, funny, Andrew Miller is pitching now for St. Louis.
Oh.
He's the guy JP was traded for when he went from Cleveland to New York.
Yes, that's right. And that was the year. Was that the year the Cubs won the World Series?
Can be popped up, center fielder calling. And he's got it. I think that's Fire Eisen still out there.
Yeah.
And you'll make the
It
catch.
is.
Yeah, Mitchell, he lost that one in the twilight sky here a couple innings
Next
ago.
up, the Braves. The center fielder.
It's tough to see. That one he had, though.
Brandon Rolfe.
After that fly out to center, there's one down, and we go back to the top of the order to Brandon Rolfe. So can you hear the music on the field here, or not too much?
Oh, yeah. When you're playing, absolutely.
So you got a favorite or not? You ever have a good walk-up song or anything?
No, we never had walk-up songs when we were growing up. That thing, it wasn't a thing, or I don't know if it was invented by then. But, I go back to, I don't know why, all those years of hearing Brown Eyed Girl.
Yeah.
And You got Brown Eyed Girl is a good one. The Fish always, when we played at the high school, would always come out to Barbie Girl.
Oh, yeah.
Which,
I remember that.
That's a classic.
I
and
remember that.
It's all still a fan favorite at everybody's wedding from the Fish. Will not describe what happens.
Do you keep
'cause
your
it-
shirts on
no,
is the question.
No, that's the problem.
1 ball and 2 strikes now on Brandon
you-
Rolfe.
Nothing your kids need to see.
Brandon's got a couple hits tonight and a run scored. Little check swing,
check
left
swing.
side. That's going to be foul.
That's a foul. Looks like we got Ty Denzer playing short. Man of many talents.
Ty Denzer at short. So I have a song, kind of a funny story. So my son was playing at Rocky Mountain High School in Fort Collins, Colorado. They won 4 state championships in a row, actually.
Wow.
So Marco Gonzalez, he was their big pitcher. He's now pitching. He's got a huge contract with Seattle Mariners. Marco.
No
Gonzalez.
kidding.
Marco is the only player. ESPN did a thing on this. He was the only ever high school pitcher ever to win a state championship as a freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior as a starting pitcher, and got the win in the state championship
Next
game.
up for the Braves.
Every year
Every
for
year,
4
for
straight
years, yeah. So the chances of that even lining up that way are unusual. Because you're a good pitcher to have him,
Yeah.
if games and all this stuff. And when he talked to him about that, he said his freshman year, he said he wasn't even nervous because they in 8th grade was still in the middle school, but he was on the varsity team. And there was the if game. They're in the losers bracket. So they had won. Now there's down to 1 game, the championship game. Marco got the ball and he got the win, and they won the state championship that year. And then it just snowballed and
Snowballed.
went to Gonzaga, had a successful career there, and now he's got drafted by St. Louis Cardinals, and now he's with
Seattle.
Seattle. He got a huge contract. It was gaudy, $45 million or something stupid. Yeah,
You can live on that.
gaudy. Anyway, I was going to tell the funny story after that single to right about the music. That's also when I started. Almost threw him out
Had
from
him
right
at
field.
first.
He didn't quite get it. Good try there out there by Metcalf, though, trying to throw
Hustling again.
out there.
Man.
So that's a single for Rolfe. Another third one tonight. So anyway, that's when I started broadcasting there as well back in, I don't know, that's probably like, 10, 11 years ago when people were still on dial-up connections, and I thought I would try this whole thing. This is when it all started. Anyway, one day I was doing the music like Greg is doing, and I played Queen, Fat Bottom Girls. And the next day I got an email from the principal, and he says, "No songs about plump women, please." And I thought it was a classic.
That's what you think, yes.
Yeah, and he said, "No songs about plump women, please," from the principal. I'm like, okay.
So Baby Got Back is out then, too.
That was
huh?
out. That was out.
yeah.
Uh-huh. And Rockin' the Beer Gut. He didn't like that either.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Off the face mask, I think, of the umpire. He's going for a little stroll. So I saw something funny here 2 weeks ago. I think the catcher got hit, I think in the nether regions, and the umpire wanted to give him some time, and so he went out there and brushed the plate off. And then I had to comment and say, I don't know if you really need to brush a plate off on an artificial turf field.
Completely out of habit, right?
Out of habit, give him some time.
Yeah. Got to figure out something new to do.
Yeah, another kid just talking. We're just name dropping now, but another kid my son played with, Brandon Nimmo, who's a starting center fielder for the Mets right now.
Wow.
So Brandon was the only player ever drafted out of Wyoming, and he was from Cheyenne. And my son and him played together on the New York. It was on an Atlanta Braves scout team after his senior year. Grounder to short. On to first. Just gets away from the first baseman. Not a terrible throw.
Got him. Got him at
Second
second base
base.
for the third
Out
out.
of the inning. So ball gets away. Good hustle down there, and they throw him out at second base after they err on the throw and end up getting him at second base.
Some more youth softball.
Nice little ricochet off of the concrete backstop, and
A lot of chitter chatter going on there. My scoreboard looks like the scorecard for on Caddyshack for Rodney Dangerfield right now. It's a little sketchy.
but you got Steve,
I
right?
got Steve. He's keeping it straight. So they scored no runs on 1 hit. There was no errors and 1 left. 7.5 in the books. Still 7-0 Osceola. So anyway, so Brandon Nimmo, yeah. So Brandon was the only player from Wyoming ever drafted. He was good. He's fast. Really nice kid too. And 6'3", just a. If it was a beauty contest, he kind of had it down.
Sure.
So yeah, Brandon starting for center field for the Mets, and Marco is pitching for Seattle. And here we got JP on the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yep. Yeah, and throw in there Alex and Marty too.
Right,
Two
Alex.
other incredible
Yeah.
kids.
So,
you know.
so like an Alex, I wonder this year. I mean, just to try to keep in shape, and all those minor league players just trying to keep your edge going, I suppose, huh?
Yeah.
Keep your edge on. What do they do? There's thousands of those kids out there.
Absolutely.
I mean,
yeah, I don't know what they'd be doing.
Leading off for the Fish in the bottom of the 8th inning. The shortstop, number 10, Ty Denzer.
Now shortstop Ty Denzer is in for the Fish.
Talk
Fouls
about
that
a
one
nice
away.
swing here.
Real nice.
Love watching Ty hit.
Brett Carlson still on the mound for Osceola. Is that accurate, Greg? Is that still the starting pitcher? Is that still the starting pitcher for Osceola? Number 12? I think it is. That's
There
hammered
it
into
is.
left. You talk about nice
Oh,
swings.
boy. Get
That's taken all the
going.
way to
Get
the
on the
wall.
horse.
Into second, chasing it down left field.
Got
Look at him
to-
go.
look at
He's
him
got
go.
her going all the way to third. And they're going to have him stand up there with a
Oh.
triple, almost slides over the base over there at third. But that is going to
Nice
we're
job,
going to
Ty.
score that a triple for Ty Denzer. Left fielder laid out for that, just couldn't get it, and then it bounced past him all the way to the wall. And that's a triple for Denzer.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 9, Mitchell Byron.
Now we go to
All right.
Mitchell Fire Eyes in the center fielder for the Fighting Fish.
Now we're in business. Beautiful crowd. Nobody's even left.
Hold on. Just missed there.
Get in
So
there.
bottom of the 8th. Had to change that. Was someone knocking at the door here? Come on in and go right down there. Get your coupons.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Here comes another one.
Look at all your kids.
2 of them now.
Oh, good.
Lucy, do you want to get on here?
Come on in. Get her on here. She's probably the
Come here.
talkative one. Lucy, come on, Lucy.
Come here.
Put her on the headset.
All right.
You got to flip that. There we go. Hi, Lucy.
Can you say hi?
Hi, Daddy.
Lucy, how old are you? 5? Are you 4 or 5?
Just say how old you are.
5.
5, I guessed. I'm on
Yeah.
it.
And she's going to be in kindergarten this year at Westside.
Oh,
Or at Greenwood, I'm sorry.
Greenwood. Fun.
Greenwood.
There you go. They get camera shy real quick. Or
They do. Absolutely. All right. Have fun.
See you, girls.
Get me more cookies.
See you, girls.
See, I can't even remember where the kids go to school. This is why this is why my wife is so amazing.
Chopper
is,
left side. That's going to score a run. Fisher off to Schneid and then thrown away over there at first base.
I think it's a
You got to give that an infield single.
yeah.
On a
That's
slow
an infield
roller.
single.
Infield single.
We'll see what Steve wants to get.
Yeah, it was a very slow roller. That was going to be a real tough play for Derek Schmidt. He would have had to just come up with it and make a Troy Tulowitzki play on that. So we're going to give that an infield single for Mitchell. We gave that a hit.
Give it a hit.
We gave that an infield single.
Yeah. Yeah. So now you can tell it. The wife kind of keeps me definitely in line. Keeps me getting the kids to the right school.
It's a lot going on.
I said
Joel.
West Side. We moved about 3 years ago.
There's a lot
out
going
into the
on,
country.
Joel. There's a
There
lot
is.
going on, Joel.
There is.
You got a lot of kids, a lot of names, a lot of you missed called kids stuff and what school they're going to and what you're getting to lunch.
Well, my wife wanted them both girls named with an L too, and that's
Yeah.
you yell at one and you're always wrong.
Yeah, Steve, that was Steve's wondering too. He said he really couldn't tell good enough on that, but it was going to be a real tough play. If he makes the play, you tip your hat to the guy at short, but base hit, infield single. He was pitching now for the Braves. That's going to be number 5, Greg, for the Braves.
Mystery pitcher.
Mystery pitcher, not on our bingo card. Grab the jersey on the way in. Bartolo Colon. I'm not sure. It's number 5. There's no doubt about that.
It's for sure.
So number 5 is in for Osceola. We got a long list of players on the card, but he is not on there. I did hear the player manager say to one player in the dugout, I didn't know who he was saying it to. He's like, hey, you got to text me and let me know you're going to be here. He goes, I didn't know you were going to be here tonight. So maybe that's the kid.
That's actually the best way to have it, though, is that they show up without a text instead of a text and a no-show.
Right,
Yeah.
I guess. He's like, I don't got you down. Didn't know you were going to be here tonight. So that might be him.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 25, Andy Metcalf.
Andy Metcalf now is in for the Fighting Fish with a runner at first. Fish do have one in here. I'll give him a little walk-up music to Greg Peters. Metcalf has himself a hit tonight in a walk. 1 for 2 officially. That breaker's off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes.
Looked like it was floating.
Steve says Bartone Cologne is even older than Joel Schaefer.
Yeah. Finally, somebody.
It's found somebody. So is Steve.
You guys got a song request?
I think you got to go with some Johnny Cash.
I like that. 2-1.
2 balls and a strike now to Andy Metcalf. Runner at first. Fish have plated 1. 7-1, bottom of the 8th. Got their work cut out for him here, facing a new pitcher, number 5, Bartolo Colon. Don't have his name, real name.
I think it is Bartolo
Bartolo
Colon.
Colon.
I actually do. I'm now convinced of it.
I saw a limo pull up. I'm not sure. He says a little cash in the bank yet. Play a little town ball. Why not? The 2-2.
Oh,
That is
boy,
hammered to
ripped.
left. If that's fair, it's trouble. Just foul.
Oh,
Ooh.
boy.
Whoa. I'd like to see some chalk fly in that. Woo, just fouled by inches. Moans and groans from the crowd, and really nice square up there by Andy Metcalf. Pulled that just inches foul.
Like I said, he's been seeing the ball really well. Great to have him in the lineup. Single-handedly beat Osceola with those 2 home runs, a solo and a 2-run.
Beach balls right now for
Yeah.
Andy Metcalf. Set and the pitch. Got him. Took a little off of that, and nice pitch there by the pitcher for Osceola. Took a little bit off of that and had Andy out in front. 1 down.
Next up for the pitch, the first baseman, number 15, Dylan Penny.
Now we go to Dylan Penny. Dylan looking for his first hit tonight. Runner at first, down by 6, half a dozen. Station to station. Find a way. And boy,
Ripped foul.
that was a good-looking hack there by Dylan. Pulled that into the upper deck.
He is not worried about facing Bartolo Colon,
Well,
is
not
he?
at all.
No.
He got a good rip there. Put that in play. Steve's got a good story about Bartolo Colon. I'll go to it next. Steve said Colon was one of those guys who lied about his age to the MLB scouts. And after 9/11, when they double-checked passports, they found he was 3 years older than he said he was. We've come full circle on our conversation lying about age.
There you go. There you go.
Check swing, fouled at the plate, and we'll stick at 0-2.
Hanging.
I know that happens with some little leaguers sometimes too.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a team from Cuba or something one time? They had like a bunch of 15-year-olds.
Every year. Yeah, there was something with that just off by a year or two.
Right.
You know.
It's tough to get a birth certificate though in some of those countries. Probably. I
would
don't know.
assume.
Yeah, it's always a bad look for a 12-year-old and they pull up in a minivan with a wife and 2 kids. It's always a little suspicious.
Full beard, 6'4".
Right. It's a
yeah.
little suspicious. 0-2 now on Dylan Penny. The pitch.
Ooh.
Got him again. Nice job taking a little off of that little slider, a little wrinkle on that, and had him out in front. And now there's 2 down. 2 in the bucket, and we're going to
Now
go
batting,
to
the pitcher, number 16, Jake Lindsay.
We're going to go to Jake Lindsay. There's your runner at first. and a Mitchell Feyereisen. See if Lindsay can keep this merry-go-round going here with 2 outs in the 8th.
Looks like Bartolo's really working off speed.
Yeah. He's setting that up nice, isn't he? Yeah, he's not his. He doesn't seem like he's overpowering, but that had a little giddy up on it. That'll get up on you quick.
Let's see if he does what he did to the other hitters and come back here with something off speed. Float it on in.
That's a good cut there by Jake Lindsay. Fouls it back to the screen. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's 2 in the buckets. Fish have plated a run this inning. Ty Denzer led off with a triple, and then Feyereisen with an infield single plated him. And Mitchell still at first after back-to-back strikeouts by Metcalf and Penny. Chopper left side. Nice scoop, throw across. Ooh,
Nice play.
That's a pretty play by Derek Schmidt for the Osceola Braves. Scoop and then a nice throw across to retire Jake Lindsay for out number 3. 6-3 if you're scoring along the line. Fish do played a run. They got 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. 8 in the books. 7-1 Osceola.
What's her favorite color? Is it A green, B blue, or C pink? Part 2 of that question is, what is 10U girls softball player Danielle Pullinger's eye
So how many
color?
years you got left in you?
Is it A brown?
Oh, in life or in baseball?
In baseball. Let's stick with baseball. Let's stick with
So
baseball.
the first one, I'm not 100% sure. You know,
You'll get some gift card coupons,
you make your
courtesy
decision
of
after every
cookies,
year,
and cookies.
but you know, at some point, you gotta kind of step aside and let it happen. So I guess the best answer to that is I don't know.
Yeah. And it's always a different answer, too, in August versus April,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
In August, you're done, and then, it's a long winter, and you get the itch. And
Yeah. Well, I think I retired. I think I retired about 5 or 6 years ago. And I said, this will be it. And I got off. I got off the field, and I said, "Yep, I made the right decision." I was walking away, and Josh and Wendy came over with their 2 kids. And I said, "Hey, Josh, what do you think about me coming back?" And he said, "No, you said you were retiring." And I said, "Don't make me beg," because I wasn't ready to give it up. And I think that was about 6 years ago. I think I made the right decision coming back, and I appreciate, the opportunity to come back. I've had some fun years.
Still hitting dingers.
Yeah, they just don't go as far as they used to. The dingers are fly balls now. So, but more than that, it's I don't know what I'd do without it.
Right.
Played organized baseball since I was 9, so that's
That'd be a
35 seasons.
You'd
And,
have to take up something else. I don't
yeah.
know what. I mean,
I don't golf. I'm not good at it.
Right.
I don't really have a ton of other hobbies.
well, there's other ways. You got kids growing up. They're going to start playing sports and start coaching them, and maybe that's where you'll transition when you're going to spend time in their teams and their leagues.
Yeah.
Maybe. I
Yep.
don't know. I'm not speaking for you, but I'm just trying to fill a hole for you.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do. So,
Well,
Yeah.
if those kids get involved in stuff, that will keep you busy.
yeah, and I still want to, after this is all done, I still want to be a part of the Fish organization. And Josh and I have talked about that with, continuing to build for the future. Doing stuff behind the scenes. Giving kids this opportunity to be out here and play, especially in that 18 to 25-year-old range.
Fouled away, strike 1.
It's normally the part of your life where you're not always flush with cash and you're trying to play baseball and go
Right.
to school and everything. So,
Right.
any opportunity that we can work with to give these kids that opportunity into the future. I know it was good for me, kept me out of a lot of trouble.
Sports are a good thing, I'm telling you, in so many ways. Yeah, it's just a mini run on life. And then when you're an adult, then you just appreciate being out there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's a blessing every time you get to go play.
Grounder to the right side, gathered onto first. Pulled him off the bag, and then did he tag him? He got him.
Got him.
Still got him on the tag coming by, did Penny to retire Carlson for out number 1.
Now batting.
4-3 ground
the
out, 1
shortstop,
down.
Number 11.
Being on a baseball field too, it's tough to be sad about anything else going on.
Right.
You get to forget about your life. I had a basketball coach that said that once. You you can't do anything about the rest of your life when you're on the court. So
Right.
just enjoy it and play basketball.
Well, sports in general, even coming up here for me. So my vice, after I stopped playing and coaching, I just started doing this.
Yeah.
This was my vice. I filled my holes with this because I was always either playing or coaching. And,
Sure.
And so I'm like, what am I going to do? So I started doing this. And even like tonight, with all the stuff going on in the world and the news, this is awesome just to get away from that. And just come
Absolutely.
out to where my happy spot is right here.
Yep.
This is it.
Well, you do such a nice job.
It's
and
fun,
It's so
though.
much fun. I can tell you, traveling over the years, and being gone and on the road. I'd go back to a hotel room and listen to you and watch the Fish play when I
That's
wasn't
funny.
around. So
That's funny.
It's been great.
Now, in bringing this to River Falls from Fort Collins, Colorado, we got a great team of people here. We got about a dozen guys who help out, and we're doing last year we did over 120 high school events last year.
Wow.
So between volleyball and girls basketball, boys basketball, football, wrestling, hockey, baseball, and we got a team of 12 guys. And we got 3 sets of gear, and we have scheduling meetings, and it's a kind of a whole deal. It's all volunteers.
Sure. That's fantastic.
So it turns out to be a pretty good thing, hopefully, for River Falls. I just get to follow the sports.
Absolutely.
Grandma and Grandpa in Florida love it. I'm telling you that.
Yep.
Strike 3 looking. Nice fastball there in the inside corner off the arm of Jake Lindsay to get Derek Schmidt on a looking third strike. Now there's quickly 2 outs.
Next up for the Braves, the catcher number 7, Luke Lundgren.
Yeah, I played hockey into my 40s, and I remember the last couple years, though, you start playing with these younger guys who still want to win and get after it. And I was just happy to be out there, and it's lighten up, Francis,
Yeah.
I don't need no toe drag and high elbow in the corner right now. I need to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was catching. It's like, that play at the plate, and you're going to get run. It's like, come on, I got to.
Right? You got stuff to do.
I got stuff to do. Wife's got a lot of wood for me to unload. I got to build a chicken coop, all that. It's not sleep-in day.
Yeah. Yeah, and Steve Manfred, we miss you. He did. He did the scoreboard for almost every game at the bank last year, whether it was high school, Legion, or Fish.
Wow.
And this year, because of COVID-19 and some stuff he's got going on, he just doesn't want to be around it. And I know he's jonesing for it at home, and we miss him. We miss him up here in the booth. This steady Eddie, solid.
Absolutely.
Steve, the music's a little bit louder, though, since you're not here. I'm not going to lie to you. Swinging third strike. Nice job. Second time tonight that the Fish retire
Once again,
Osceola.
the Fighting Fish would like
3 up,
to
3
thank
down.
the
3 up,
girls
3 down. No
youth
runs, no hits, no
program
errors.
for
Nobody
coming out
left.
tonight,
8.5 in the
especially
books.
Elma Binder,
7-1.
Amelie
Osceola.
Pekkanen,
We're going to the
Kylan
bottom of the
Marchand,
ninth.
And Lucy Mannanen. They asked me to say that.
Looks like my kid's got another cookie coming for Dad. Looks like they're sticking with Bartolo Colon for the 9th.
They are. I mean, a guy with a hair like that, you have to have like a couple different sizes of hats. Because when you don't have the haircut, you got like a 7.5.
Yeah.
Then you go in for the chop. You go get the lettuce trimmed back a little bit, and you put on the 7.25.
Absolutely.
Probably right.
Just need a clothespin for the back. All these fitted hats nowadays.
Yeah, you're right. We used to have a guy in high school who had a really small head. He'd get the extra small, and then he'd have to have his mom take it in. You talk about we'd never be able to even get away with this now. I'll just tell you right now because I know he's not listening. He doesn't care. We used to call him Toaster Head. That was his name. But when you got the extra small, and then your mom has to take it in the back. Toaster Head is it's kind of set up.
That's the nicest thing you're going to say about him, right? Hi, Grammy. Well, my mother-in-law enjoying the game tonight.
Hey, Greg, Steve said he can hear the music at his house right now. It's so loud. Bottom of the 9th we go. Fish's last chance. They need half a dozen, Joel.
They do.
8, 9, and 1 are due up.
Looks like we got Austin coming up.
Austin Mueller.
Now pinch hitting for the Fish in the bottom of the ninth inning. Number 37, Austin Mueller.
Give him his close-up right there. There's Austin and a baby. Austin Mueller, find a way on. You need 6. Called a strike. I think the strike zone did get a little bit wider here in the last inning and a half. What do you think?
It did a little bit, yeah.
Coming up on, well, we just passed, let me see, 7:30 to 9:30, 2 hours and 15 minutes in. It's not terrible.
No,
Time flies up here when you're having fun,
it
though.
really does. I can't believe this has been 5 innings. Thanks for having me.
It's just been a pleasure to have someone to talk to, finally. It's kind of nice. And then you get the legend, Joel Schaefer, so that's
Hey,
pretty
bad
good.
company's better than no company, right?
This is great company. Good stories. It's good to hear about you and baseball career and what you're doing. And Austin Mueller goes down looking on a pretty nice pitch there by Bartolo Colon. Paints the corner. It's 1 down.
No, this is
Weston Lombard.
Now batting number 6, Weston Lombard.
Weston Lombard. I missed it. Flowing up. Center fielder calling. And reels it in for out number 2.
Well, again, I want to say thank you, and hopefully we're going to score 6 here with 1 out remaining.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I'm excited for everybody to come down for the St. Croix Valley League tournament.
So that starts on August 5th, and that'll run all the way through Sunday. There'll be baseball action down here. I think it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I think there's Wednesday.
Wednesday night.
Yep,
So
2 play-in games on Wednesday, a couple games Thursday.
So make your way down to First National Bank at River Falls Field. There will be a small admission fee for the St. Croix Valley Baseball League tournament. Probably can buy a weekend pass, I'm assuming so.
Absolutely.
So come on down, make your way down. There'll be plenty of room for you. Some good baseball. And right there.
And I'll tell you what, the
Where's
first person to say that they listen to this broadcast and tells me, I'll buy him a beer.
There you go. So, yeah, all you got to do is mention Joel Schaefer and how much you enjoyed his company up in the booth, and you got yourself an ice-cold one from Dad.
Next up,
From Dad.
From Dad.
number 0.
So,
From Dad with love, right?
yes. So Bacon is on with a hit by pitch. He gets on the tough way. And now we're going to Kyle Fritz.
No, we got
Pinch
Tyler Penny.
Tyler Penny. That's right, because he was hitting for the DH. He did
Yeah,
last time, too.
don't worry, all these pitchers tend to run together, right?
Yes. Throws in a yacker, just misses there. 1 ball, no strikes. Let me get my outs right. 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 9th. We do have a runner at first. Matt Bacon. That misses as well. Now 2-0. Hey, who knows? Anything could happen. Makes a story better when you're down by 6 with 2 outs and you make a comeback. Keep battling.
Can't tell the story if it doesn't happen, right?
Right. High gas, swings through that. Now it's 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. On Jake Lindsay. Jake's done a nice job on the mound tonight, though.
Yeah, he really has.
Came in about the 7th inning and hasn't given up a run. I think he hasn't given up any, I don't believe. He did.
His first at bat, yeah.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at first.
It's the little hat shake, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just the shake
Right
of
here,
the
you got it. Yeah.
2-2-2.
Oh, yeah, you got to right now. Twos are wild now.
Twos.
Bartolo Colon's got a new piece of leather. He stares into his battery mate, Luke Lundgren, trying to close the deal for the Osceola Braves. Rocks, and here it comes.
Ooh.
Tries to break one off. No sale, and the count works full.
Full count, 2 outs.
Matt Bacon will be going with the pitch here. Everybody in the dugout yells, wait till he delivers, and he'll be off to the races. 3-2, 2 outs. The pitch.
Ooh,
Check
got him.
swing. I think he nipped it, too, and the catcher hangs on. And that is going to do it for
Ladies
the
and
Fish
gentlemen, that's your
and the
final
ball game
score.
tonight.
Osceola 7,
I'm going to go up here and mark
Fighting Fish 1.
final.
We
Final.
appreciate your attendance tonight.
There's
Look
your
forward
final
to seeing you
score
Friday night.
from First National Bank at
Fish.
River Falls Field. The
First
Osceola
pitch
Braves
is at
7.
7:30.
The Fighting Fish 1. The Osceola Braves got 7 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors. Fish 1 run on 5 hits and 4 errors. Winning pitcher Brett Carlson
Also,
for the
thanks
Osceola
to
Braves.
the
I want to thank my
River
great
Falls
color
Youth Girls
commentator
Softball
Joel Schaefer for
Program
coming up in the
coming
booth
up
tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate
Pleasure
it. It was a
having you up
ton
here.
of fun.
It was a fun story time. So and we're great having you around. And
Well, I appreciate
thanks for
that.
all your contributions to the Fighting Fish in River Falls.
Absolutely, and we'll see you up here again probably
This week, this coming week, we'll
this
be doing
coming week.
games. All right, sounds
Awesome.
good, Joel.
Take care.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you, Joel Schaefer, River Falls Fighting Fish. Long time, probably breaking all kinds of playing records. We'll see. All right. I tell you what, I think it's about time to put a big red bow around this thing from First National Bank at River Falls Field on behalf of my great color commentator, Joel Schaefer, the River Falls Fighting Fish, First National Bank at River Falls Field. I'm Kevin Westhouse saying thanks again for joining us. Come back with us this coming week for the St. Croix Valley Baseball League tournament. We'll have all the games, 15 games right here on River Falls Sports on the YouTube channel. Until then, everybody, good night.